Yeah, nothing. But that was pretty complex, so we can't. Is this here country song about Chili's Presidente margaritas just a shameless way to sell Chili's Presidente margaritas? Yep, sure is. Presidente. If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place.
All right.
Personalized guidance.
Let me get the leaderboard up. And we're good. All right, what is going on, everybody? We got a good one for you today, folks. It's Talladega Super Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the AG Pro 300. It's 113 laps, 300 miles, I believe, or close to it. So it should be a good one. I'm Chase fan number 9. Thank y'all for being here. Hope y'all had a great Easter last weekend. Mine was pretty relaxed and all that. So let's see how today's race goes. Got a lot to catch up on. First off, for those who aren't aware, Jesse Love, who won last Saturday's race at Rockingham, he unfortunately was disqualified. RCR tried to appeal it, but to no avail. So Sammy Smith is now the winner. Jesse Love actually has the trophy still, but he keeps it at home locked in a safe. Anyways, with that said, he's on pole today. He got his first career win in this race a year ago. He starts next to his teammate. Well, his teammate Austin Hill will start alongside him on the outside of the front row. Justin Allgaier, he's had a few good results here and there at Talladega, but I think last year in this race, I think he crashed out at the latter end of stage 1, so that was unfortunate. Um, but who are my actual top favorites of this race? Well, it's none other than Ryan Sieg, who is starting all the way back in 35th. So yeah, he's got a lot of ground to make up, but I expect him to be at the front within a very short time frame. Harrison Burton is also one of my favorites, as well as Parker Retzlaff. Both he and his teammate Brendan Poole, who got top fives last week, which was very impressive. They're some of the favorites today. One other, oh yeah, not to mention Brendan Poole starting next to last back there. And as you can see, we actually got all 3 Alpha Prime cars in today's race. The other being Cesar Baccarello there in the 45. He starts dead last. We got Catherine Legg in the field. We also got Jeffrey Earnhardt. Nice to see him back. There's one driver in this whole race that I am definitely not going to sleep on, and that is none other than Joey Gase. Yes, Joey Gase qualified 4th. I'm like, whoa, didn't see that coming, but he did. Jeb Burton, who gave Jordan Anderson Racing their first win as a team, starting 5th, not bad. You also got Josh Williams up there, and you also got Ryan Ellis, 2 starting 9th. I believe this is his first ever top 10 starting spot. And Talladega is definitely the track where he can get his first career top 10 finish, let alone win. You also got to keep an eye out for Anthony Alfredo to be strong, as well as Leland Honeyman, who got a top 5 in this race a year ago. And I'm not sleeping on Nick Sanchez either. So let's see how they do. Yep. And also for the first time in a while, Garage 66 or MBM Motorsports is in this race with Mason Maggio starting 32nd. And also Sam Mayer's also starting back there. So there's several Ford drivers starting back there.
Well, partner, I love your optimism. I'll make you facts saying 6 of the last 8 have been won by RCR drivers. Ironically, they start on the front row today with the fastest cars. You see right there, RCR, 10 wins at the drafting style track. It's unbelievable over the rest of the company. Major juggernaut ever has ever got there. Those RCR cars always fast, and they're 2-0 in 2025. When you talk about racing in the draft, Jeff Burton will be a player today as well.
Anyways, with that said, I think I pretty much covered everything. Hello, Shahir. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. So what am I gonna expect from this race? Well, obviously this is a plate track, so the big one is definitely gonna happen. It's either gonna happen in stage 1, 2, or somewhere in stage 3, which is the longest out of the other two. Stages 1 and 2 are both 25 laps, and the last one is 63. So it could happen anytime. We're gonna see double, double, three, and maybe even a little bit of four wide racing action. May see a little bit of bump drafting here and there, a little bit of bumper locking. Um, Obviously, they can't lock bumpers forever because they'll get penalized, unfortunately. So there's that. Um, will a car go airborne today? Maybe, but who knows? All that matters is the drivers walk away, and that's all I gotta say. Um, I hope that if we have any big wrecks today, expect them to be a red flag as much as I don't want to, because the red flags sometimes just drag. It just feels like a drag sometimes. So there's that. What else? Oh yeah, in case you may have forgot to mention this, Jesse Owuji, whose mate starts between the Xfinity and Truck Series, is back. He's been taking like a hiatus for a year or two, but he's back. He's driving the 91 for DGM Racing. So happy to see the U.S. Navy man back in the driver's seat. Sammy Smith, who won the last time we were at Talladega, starts 14th.
Now with our Freedom of Choice pricing program, visit your local dealer to choose your offer. Cash incentives or employee pricing for all. Because nothing stops America and nothing stops Ram. For current owners of select competitive vehicles can finance and get 11,000 total cash allowance on 2025 Ram 1500 or well-qualified current FCA lessees can lease Ram 1500 for $369 a month. I was 8 months pregnant and had nowhere to go. I almost gave up on myself. I could no longer afford to make my mortgage payments. He nearly killed me when I tried to escape. The National Women's Shelter Network exists so that no woman or child will ever have to live on the streets. You can make a difference. Please donate today. Safe shelter saves lives. Somebody out there. Thanks for coming after me. We look forward to a very bright future. NASCAR Xfinity Series ready to roll at Talladega. Qualifying happened here yesterday. Let's take a look at our starting grid. Yeah, we got a couple of unique names in the top 10. Joey Gates at fourth and Ryan Ellis at ninth. Both their career best starts. Big games for those two at traffic clubhouse. Starting 14th, Sammy Smith. He won last year at Rockhead after Love got DQ'd, and he won here at Dega last fall. Yeah, a couple of fast rookies. With Dean Thompson in row 11 and Nick Sanchez in row 12. Both of those guys got their first career stage wins last week at Rockhead. That was great to see. And at the back of the field, we have two fast forwards usually. Sam Mayer in the number 41 and Ryan Sieg in the number 39. Three combined runner Talladega, both looking for their first track win. From the back to the front, pole sitter Jesse Love takes the outside lane. Let's go do it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go do our job today, boys. Rebound after last week. I like that. And I'm already a pep talk, Adam. I don't know if driving angry really is. Not here. Not here. I understand, but there is added motivation. When you think about how the race ended last week, he's DQ'd. He comes here today and fires the first shot by.
And on the final note, I usually don't stream ARCA races, but I did watch the ARCA race from beginning to end. It's very competitive and all that. It was good to see different people up front. Unfortunately, the ending left a sour taste in my mouth. What could have been a good one-lap shootout ended almost instantly as it started. Lawless Allen got the win, and Fab Moffitt finished second, so I'll take that any day. It was going to be a first-time winner regardless, so I can't really hate on either one. And Cletus McFarland got a top 10 also. So there's that. Anyways, here we go. Pace car heads to pit road. Jesse Love, Austin Hill in the front row. Here we go. We are racing at Talladega for the AG Pro 300. Let's do this. Oh wow, that's a very high overhead shot. Man, Jesse Love got a huge launch on that start. And if the stages go green all the way, which could happen, although I highly doubt it, we're going to see some strategy plays too. I can just imagine if this race became a fuel mileage race, but that only depends on when the cautions fly. You got Jeb Burton rocking the Golden Corral scheme. It'd be so cool to see Jeb win in the Golden Corral colors. They have never been to Victory Lane before, I don't think. Right. Jeremy Clements leading the high lane. Was that Taylor Gray leading the middle? Not as many cars that lane, not going to go as quick. And one thing you're doing, as you know right now, these first early laps, is you're assessing those lanes, assessing which ones are working, what's not, who seems to be doing well in terms of pushing, who's not pushing well. And you're just trying to find out, hey, does the outside group have potential today? Do we need to be on the bottom? Is this going to gravitate towards the wall? Because every sort of human race. Right, here comes the Ford teammates of Sam Mayer and Ryan Sieg. And they find another Ford in Harrison Burton. And Parker, that's a great point. You do evaluate which lane's better, but it changes all race long. This track and next week, Texas, are two tracks that Ryan Sieg is undoubtedly good at. He just needs to close the deal, hold off his competitors, and just play the strategies right. Oh yeah, now we got Harrison Burton coming through the front. There's Chris right in the middle. And we also got Eric Almirola in the 19 for today. And as you can also see, Sheldon Creed, he's got a new sponsor on his car, but one that we've seen before, Ollie's Bargain Outlet. They've been in NASCAR for the longest time, since probably around, well, they've been in the sport ever since around the time I first started watching the sport. Justin Allgaier's Hellman's car is. Some people are referring to it as the Mayo Missile because Hellman's is mayonnaise, is a brand of mayonnaise. Here on the West Coast, Hellman's is known as Best Foods. Well, that's going to change. Okay, good.
In for the wedding photos, out for the dance floor. Yeah. You know, like your chance, just like a person. Oh, sure. Yeah, but hey, I'm dancing. Don't. Okay. Ace's new Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season.
Just
because when you want
RCR can be toppled. the only way they're going to be toppled is if they just get, if the drivers like be a little bit more aggressive, or yeah, one of the easy ways out for this is for I think the only easy way that the RCR team is going to be toppled is if they get caught up in a wreck or have a mechanical issue. I'll give I'll give CW credit for going side by side, so at least we don't miss any action. Jim Burton's shooting up the mid.
So you can work smart. Work wonders. True work. If you feel held back by the weight of financial decisions, we can give you the tools to help you break free. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma.
Yeah, they may be in control of this race now, but
it's made up of races where you go as fast as you can, as best as you can, as sideways as you can, and whatever this is.
Who's that? Is that Parker Retzlaff? Huh. He must have a tire down. Well, oh yeah, and if anyone's gonna have any mistakes like a tire down or a spin, it's best to have it early rather than later. I mean, drivers have incidents later on the race, but they usually recover.
Let's just get a closer look.
And we're undoubtedly going to see the single file freight train soon. But that's probably not going to last.
Our universe will never be the same.
No, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
If you're planning on all getting together,
That sloth is too new. But there goes one of my picks.
why stay in hotel rooms?
All the Alpha Prime cars are running 36th through last. Also, back to Ryan Sieg and RSS Racing. Jake Garcia from the Truck Series was supposed to make his Xfinity debut today, driving the 29 car. So that's the third RSS Racing car, but they unfortunately failed to qualify. So, but I think he'll try again later on, maybe at Daytona or the next Talladega race, because we'll be back here in the fall for Xfinity. We'll see. Yeah, it's like the second time the 29s failed to qualify because they're part-time. They failed to qualify Daytona with JJ Yaley. Now this race. So, yeah, tough start to the year. Parker Retzlaff appears to be back in this race, so he's not out. Remember, have early issues and don't DNF, and yeah, there's a good chance of recovering later on.
Toyota's starting to come in the outside lane. They're trying to make this third lane work, but it's not quite going to get them to the front right here. It looks like those couple Chevys up front have really just controlled this race, led by Jesse Love, Awesome Hill, Jim Burton in that group as well, at a fast qualifying effort.
Patrick Emmerling, who got top 10 Daytona, running 29.
As that middle lane fades away, you got to hope more of them go to the top if you're in the top lane to get more cars in that lane. You see Carson Waffle about halfway back is stuck in the middle side.
Jeb Burton running in fourth right now.
Josh Williams back. That's what's creating that gap to the 53 car right in front of him. These guys are really all kind of stalled out. It's almost like this accordion, right? You think you're making some ground up, and then you get stalled out. You start to go backwards. And how important is the bottom lane? You're laying in the middle, and then you squeeze down low. And we've seen some really aggressive moves by Jesse Love and Justin Allgaier as they try to navigate the lanes earlier until this bottom sort of became dominant.
All right, single file in the box. Oh yeah, they're definitely there.
3 times in a row, we have Dave have a different reaction in terms of the bottom being dominant, the top, does everyone go up there? But, so you just sort of assess this, and right now we're seeing the bottom lane led by these top 4 really fast Chevys being the dominant place to be in the controlling line. On board here with our race leader, Jesse Love, it's the Simply Safe onboard camera. Jamie, what do you see? Yeah, I mean, Parker, you're right. And what I would tell you is we see this line forming on the bottom. When we talk about spotters and what the spotters can see versus what the drivers can see. When you pan out and you get this big aerial shot like we see here, when you can't tell. If you're the fourth, fifth car back in line on the bottom, you don't know how many laps remain. Just have your spotters to tell you that. And also to tell you, listen, there's a lane generated on the outside. And as you look, we've got 8 or 10 cars in that front pack, all on the bottom. They're content right now to ride where they are. Let's get closer to the stage break before we try to battle for some points. While we were away, Parker Rexloff before unscheduled pit stop. Had a flat tire, tough break for him because of how good they were last week at Rockingham. Let's hear from Kim Coon.
Yeah, they were hoping to carry that momentum. Unfortunately, hit a little bit bad. Last week, we were talking about that unscheduled stop. He lost 2 laps during that stop for a couple of reasons. A, because that left rear was completely destroyed, so he had to nurse that car down pit road, but didn't do too much damage to the car. Then once they were in their pit stop,
Also, you got any Chase Elliott race win cars in your collection? If you have a diecast collection, because I sure do. I have one of them with me. This is Chase Elliott's Atlanta win from 2022. I believe it's been 3 years since Chase Elliott won Atlanta. It's got a nice set of confetti on the top here, which looks pretty cool. So
One of the things that I think if you're looking at these first, as we get halfway in this first stage, it almost feels tame, right? That's very common in the Xfinity race at these super speedways. Drivers are figuring out the cars. Remember, there's no practice. You show up, you do 1 qualified lap. You're starting to sort the car out, start your competitors out, that sort of thing. You're going to be, not take as many risks, not be as aggressive as Nick Sanchez goes to the top there, that orange and white car. But then as things, as it builds, you get more comfortable. That's when we see those aggressive moves. Halfway through stage 1 in Talladega, coming out of the first turn into the straightaway, it was key for Jesse Love to get ahead of the curve and take the lead. Second-year driver from California has been the man.
Oh, you do? Nice. I don't think I have that. Yeah, I think I have a good majority of all of Chase Elliott's race wins so far. I just don't have. There's certain ones that I don't have, unfortunately.
You know what's crazy? We're eating breakfast and none of us are morning people. Is this adulting? I think. Hey, I'm a big girl now. My back hurts. It's acting up again because I was busy with my briefcase.
It's stressful out there. There's a lot of phone companies are making noise about great deals, but how do you know you're not paying more? We all need things that comfort us, that we trust. A nice cup of tea, a fresh basket of puppies, and Tea-Man. When you switch, not only do you save 20% versus the other big guys, won't change in 5 years, guaranteed. Sometimes it's nice. T-Mobile's new experience plan. Families can save 20% today, and the price won't change tomorrow. Salon Pass Lidocaine. Flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And your retention really, really sticks. Salon Pass. It's good medicine. Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money.
Also, Chase Elliott's going to debut his Amazon Prime paint scheme tomorrow, too. It'd be cool to see him winning that Amazon scheme, although he's not going to have it in very many races. But it is what it is. Amazon Prime is basically filling the void that Hooters left behind.
With Bluetooth. Speak with a licensed medical provider at Bluetooth.com to find out if Bluetooth is right for you.
Dr. Rick, we are thinking sandwiches again for lunch. What should I put you down for?
Oh, boundaries. They can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Now, I'm either going to go tuna melt or Reuben. They're known for their... Remember, when the door closes, so does the conversation. Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay. Looks like the soup of the day is tomato bisque.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
I could go tuna melt. If you want to go Reuben, we could do a mix and match.
You prepare for the unexpected. So do we. True Work builds workwear offering technical performance matters and an integrated workwear system. So you can perform at your best. Or your local Ace is the largest national retailer of steel houses, gas and batteries. You won't find steel anywhere else. You can find it at Ace. Order online to retail. Please,
Let's see what NASCAR on Prime's all about.
Let's do this.
Starting off big. Looks like some great flag.
Someone say road course?
Free all 5 Cup Series races. Laps to go, opening stage, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing at Talladega Superspeedway. Jesse Love in control of this race, but fields start to get a little dicey. We saw it from all guys. Sanchez controlling that bottom lane.
Things are heating up as Jesse Love gets to the bottom there to try and cover that bottom lane as it's starting to get some momentum. He's going to head back to the cover his team.
Oh yeah, we got Nick Sanchez up here now.
And this started to happen as the leaders tried to catch the top lanes. They sort of juggled everything up and allowed the bottom lane to have some momentum. Nick Sanchez doing a great job now on that bottom lane controlling it. This is really close.
If he can get those moves on his own, it's really hard for a spotter to clear you.
Yep. Got 7 to go in stage 1.
Here we are at 7 to go on the stage. All of a sudden, all those side dressers are pretty wide again. It's really fresh.
Couple minutes on the payoff here. Rex Law, who makes the next schedule big stop, not just having a tire issue. There's a brake problem there. He's 3 laps now. And the biggest problem for him, Anthony Alfredo, had about racing 42 straight unscheduled pit stop. They're now 1 lap down. They have to hit the 3 passes. 6 to go in stage.
Oh, Rex lost his 3 to Greg Van Nals from the Arco series of the. Joey Gase dropped back a bit to 25th. Oh yeah, he's the. Jeffrey Earnhardt up there.
Yeah, you brought up Ryan Sieg on Tuesday. You said, look, he's what didn't this week. I'm going to let that pay off right now. Because in qualifying, we were a little bit nervous about where Sieg was going to be, but we've showed, I mean, Jesse Love so fast in qualifying. If here's Sieg, who started all the way in the back of this pack, has worked his way to the front and in position to get some good stage points.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I look at the top 10, long way to go to finish the stage because so much can happen here in 5 laps. But several drivers in the top 10 that say we need all the points we can get. And the other thing I would say, if you can get stage points in a race like this, knowing what could come later, you need to put all the money in the bank you can.
And one thing we've seen is the RCR teams work together really well. But if you look at that middle lane, it is all Toyotas, and they're lining up right now, really doing a great job working together. We know in Xfinity, if you have strength in numbers, if you commit to that, there's huge payoffs in doing that. So I'm looking at those Toyotas right now in that middle lane. Yeah, and I saw the exact same thing at the same time. The same break. All I can think of is that they're working better now than I've seen in the past. I mean, it really seems like these junior motorsports, you see RCR, Joe Gibbs Racing, all those guys working together better than ever. And as we talk about stage points, Adam, I can't help but think about that 18 right behind Taylor Gray. It's been a rough 4 or 5 weeks for Williams Walsh. He needs these stage points as much as anybody.
Up in front of the Toyotas, had second thoughts and nearly slid back down and created an accident. As it stands, he hangs on, and now he leads the middle lane of the 27.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be there right now. I think he felt like there's maybe
3 to go in stage 1. All right, pretty clean first stage. Okay. All right, we're getting good. Dang, Jeb Burton, he almost killed the field. They're definitely full throttle. That's for sure.
Yeah, and as you look at right, seeing the red or the white, red 39 right there on the side, I see a lot of movement from that car.
Sheldon Creed up there.
Like the back's moving around a little bit, and as you get three wide, like you see Jeff Burton and Taylor Gray Williams along to the middle, it's the worst handling car. You don't have air on either side of your car. You can't go high, you can't go low. Big moment there. Sheldon Creed was able to sort of force Austin Hill out of the bottom group there. He got that side of Austin Hill.
Jesse Love knows he can't block every lane. He's got to give way to one lane. And they can also shake him out of the lead by making him go high, ride the high lane. 2 to go, stage 1.
That was an opportunity that you could have, but when the 21 to 2, they have so much speed in their cars, they can work their way back to the front so easy. You know, Austin Hill is 4-0 this season. When you talk about winning stages and drafting tracks, got them both at Daytona, got them both at Atlanta. His teammate is leading right now, though. Jesse Love has been so impressive. But the attack
Christian Eckes. That was a dodgy move. He's going to have his teammate Josh Williams behind. Oh, yeah. Of course, Ryan Sieg's going to help Sheldon Creed. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't get that far out if I were Jesse Love because he's going to get run. They're going to catch right back up to him. Yep, see, I knew it.
You see now he's giving a push to Jesse Love on the outside. Austin Hill's not going to have the momentum. The 16 is really been able to get to those bumpers to give him a big shove when they need it the most. A lot of rookie presence at the front. Right now, Christian Eckes, the best of the bunch in that category, driving the 16 for Team Collar. He's in the outside lane. The inside lane belongs to Jesse Love.
And they're not going to catch him. Stage 1 winner, Jesse Love.
To Jesse Love. It's his first stage.
Sheldon Creed, Christian Eckes, Ryan Sieg gets stage point. Austin Hill 6. And Josh Williams, Nick Sanchez, Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier, and Jeb Burton. Round up the top 10.
The best is yet to come.
It's time to fess up. Hello? You're over 45 and still haven't screened for colon cancer. Oh no. This is like the third year she's turned 44. Okay. I wasn't ready. Let's drink a lot of crap. Cancer roach. Thank you.
Ask for Cologuard. It's a one-of-a-kind way to screen for colon cancer that's effective and non-invasive.
No prep, and you use it at home. False positive and negative results may occur. Those at high risk should use colonoscopy.
Skip the drama. Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
You know what's crazy? We're eating breakfast and none of us are morning people. Is this adulting? I think it is. Oh my God. Look at us. We are so grown up. And I was looking at the prices of gas yesterday and the stocks. They're so high.
What causes Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to or help? You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. Find a urology specialist who treats PD at GoGetSomebody.com.
Promo O'Reilly Smith, the first 100 days, a primetime event in a live town hall special. The big voices and your voices. Promo Town Hall, the first 100 days, live Wednesday, 8/7 Central, only on the News Station. To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken, starting at $6.99. Tastes good to go country. It's so much more. What are you talking about?
I thought that I should say hello. Welcome home. Welcome home. This life will be so beautiful. Welcome home. Welcome home. I love shoes. You find them in the store. You know, they like call you, but they hurt. The best ones ever. You're walking around going, I don't want to hurt my tomorrow. I'm stuck in the edge kids, and I felt so much better. I'd say Good Feet helped with all of my great shoes. They turned out to be something that actually works for me. My name is Ava, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a pretty personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Welcome to NASCAR Xfinity Series. The NASCAR Xfinity Series. Catch every race on the CW on My 58. Apex at Red Hawk is a proud local sponsor of the CW on My 58's coverage of NASCAR.
Sanity in wartime requires
A sound heart and a sound mind.
math.
On MeTV Sacramento, Xfinity 374.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more. Welcome to Dunkin' Donuts.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. And by Subway. Get the meal of the day. A legendary 6-inch sub, chips, and a drink. Only $6.99 at Subway. Stage 1 complete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Talladega. Josh Williams with some good stage points, finished in the 6th position. So let's get our race fit health report brought to you by Brett Street.
I like this. For Super Speedway Racing, JD, sports psychiatry. Yeah, you need that because this is entirely a mental game when you come to these races. Man, I'd say every driver needs a little bit of that. I don't know about that fitness program though, Parker. I don't know how much he's benefiting in the car from that, but if that's what he feels like works for him, well then he knows the car's well.
Yeah, some people have their gym in the garage. His gym is the garage, right? Pit stops are big here, and there could be some strategy. Some teams like to do 4 tires at the end of the opening stage. Others say, let's go 2 here, 2 at the end of stage 2. Those will go home and make that final pit stop of the day. Progressive Pit Road is open. Dylan, here they are.
And we're going to see a couple 2-tire stops, I believe, from a couple of cars at the front. Austin Hill at the top of the screen finished second in that first stage. Started free and then got more free as they went. They don't like that. They want to be on the snug side. We'll change right side tires here. Looks like just an air pressure adjustment. A little slow leaving. They'll free to change 4 tires. He was a ton of free on the exit. Free rubber on the bottom. Yes, already got their stop. That's taking right side tires only. He said the car was coming a little unstable. He doesn't want any rear taking pushes, so they tighten up the track bar adjustment. Christian Angus also with right sides only.
And Leland Honeyman gained 20 spots.
The race off pit road.
Sieg lost a few.
I thought Eckes got it, actually, but he does get 2 spots. Love wins the race off. Sanchez +4, +5 for Allgaier. Honeyman +20, maybe fuel only there. And by that much, it's Jesse Love who maintains the top spot. Stage 2, go ahead.
So, we really need to see your LDLC come down more to lower your risk of another heart attack.
It's afraid we have to do more.
Like what? I already exercise, take my statin, eat kale. I can tell you're fine, but there's a high chance you'll have another heart attack.
I don't want to go.
And also CW, for anyone who saw the pre-race, is physically at the track rather being in an actual studio that's somewhere else.
If you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
So, I have your latest blood work here, and we did it. Your LDL-C came way down.
Listen to your heart. Lower your LDL-C and your risk with Repatha. Talk to your doctor.
Growing up like we do, life isn't obstacle-free.
Now I need to teach about brotherhood.
Just keep leaning on hope. I thought that I should say hello. Welcome home. Welcome home. This life will be so beautiful. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Welcome to NASCAR Xfinity Series.
That stage finished in under 25 minutes or so.
CW on 558. Apex at Red Hawk is a proud local sponsor of the CW on My 58's coverage of NASCAR.
There's only one place where you'll find thousands of vehicles from 20 top brands and a friendly staff. The Roseville Auto Mall, where you're sure to find great prices on every make and model. Choose from 20 top brands with thousands of vehicles in stock daily. Shop the largest selection of vehicles during the spring clearance sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Discover the difference at the Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
And considering it's almost 5 in the evening over there, I am
on My 58.
I'm 100% confident we will make it to the end of this race. Aside from 2013, aside from 2013, every race since then we've been able to make it to the end of the race without making it past when the sun is supposed to set.
It was their record, and Parker cleared his mind. Maybe it wasn't on the boulevard, sort of facts are blurry. He had that stadium t-shirt on. Well, I told you. And you lost your shoes. You're not allowed to wear shoes. Oh, is that made that clear? You just didn't have socks? No, I took the socks off, too. Yeah, I went full barefoot. But when I think of the boulevard, I think I want socks. Rubber shoes. Let's get a report from Dylan.
Well, you guys talked about the flexibility of what kind of tires or what amount of tires, I should say, you want to take during pit stops. This was Jonathan Toney's report on the tires that came off the 00.
Yeah, tires, I'm pretty sure we can drive these tires to Richmond 13 and back and not wear them out.
So, yeah, you can run tires probably about as long as you want to today, guys.
They make you feel good, though, Parker. It's pretty difficult here. If your car's not handling well, you're like, I need tires. Yeah. They lose some grip from heat. That does happen, and you'll feel like you want to give you that chance to just be a little bit more aggressive at times. But that's interesting because sometimes the first run, it can be the worst. And for them to be that good the first time, it's only going to get better. Tire violation on the pit stop, Taylor Gray dropping to the rear. Unfortunately, penalty for him. Let's go back and take a look. And yeah, you just gotta wait for it right there. Actually, grabbed it close, really close. That 10 Daniel died. Had to go around it, staring right at it. He came out of the stall. This is so difficult because you spend so much time in that first stage. He qualified great. I mean, yesterday, so you spend so much time up front, and then boom, now you have to reset and change your mindset as you go to the second stage and coming from behind. One guy that has not had to worry about that, race leader Jesse Love. Here's 2 radio. Yeah, so they've been working on this with Jesse Love, and Parker, what they're referencing there is when he makes a move, don't, like we saw Jeff Burton kind of move up and then want to move back down. Like, be more aggressive with your moves. I would just caution you early in the race. I don't know that it's worth that, but it's working for him right now. Real quick, Leland Honeyman Jr. way back in the field, 31st. They didn't come back down pit road. He just went by his stall on that original cycle down the pit lane. Stage 2 begins.
All right, stage 2. Here we go.
Jesse Love has Christian Eckes right behind you. We saw what a good pusher he was.
What? Oh no.
So sketchy when you're in the car getting pushed through those first couple of
Well, I didn't realize it was on because I only turned off the fan. All right, Nick Sanchez going to the lead.
Little note outside lane on the restart. We saw it opening the race. Love was able to get the top spot. Sanchez slides out in front here. And now he's trying to dodge and he gets shoved in the middle. Now it was a late move. It was hesitant to go to the bottom. The 16 and Eckes had a big run from the 21, pushing him. And it put Sanchez in the middle.
Eckes going to lead that lap.
Great job actually to stop from the caution bubble.
Look at Eckes bottom lane leading the lap.
Yeah, you see, he moved up, like you said, not quite aggressive enough, but I think that's okay. He's going to lose some ground here. If you make that move and it doesn't work, when you get wrecked, your day's over. So it's okay at this point. Don't take that chance.
And that's exactly what Jesse Love was referencing with his spotters. You see him controlling the front once again. He wants that intensity you would have in the last few laps of the stage, the last few laps of the race all the time, because you've got to make moves that are super decisive. If you're going to be aggressive, you've got to commit to those moves. And that means you and the spotter working and syncing your aggression level and quick clearing.
And I said this earlier in the pre-race show, that spotter is kind of verification. When you're making that move and you hear the spotter say, you know you can go because it's two people thinking the same way. If your spotter's not quick enough to say that or he doesn't tell you, that's when you're hesitant to make moves.
I feel like when you're in sync and you have Jesse Love's position controlling the field, I'm not looking over here. When the spotter says go to the top, I go, I never look. And that's when you really know you're in sync with each other. And that's how you can make moves that are necessary to cover lanes and then get momentum.
Yeah, speaking of making moves, what about Jesse Love? Didn't take long to get back to the front. The other car that I've got my eye on is on the inside right there behind Christian Eckes. Now going to the inside. Austin Hill, both those RCR cars, the speed that just keeps popping up when they get shoveled back, they're able to get right back to the front. Everyone seems to want to go with them because of the speed that they have. In his 2 races here last year, Jesse Love led 28 laps. He's led 31 so far today. And he's out front right now, 9 laps down in stage 2.
Don't miss your chance to race for the million.
Oh, Zachary, race has been clean so far. Jesse Love is leading all the while the rest of the field is 3 wide behind him. They're pretty much all clumped together pretty much. It's going to get crazy later on. Just a little heads up.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Hey, kid. It's pronounced Liberty. 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 Liberty.
Those little Jeffrey Earnhardt's in this race.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
So yeah, once again, Zane Smith is on pole for tomorrow's Cup race, and Kyle Busch is going to start second.
Your local Ace is the largest national retailer of steel power tools. Gas or battery, you won't find this full lineup at a warehouse store. You can find it at Ace. Order online, free pickup, or free assembly and delivery.
He's going to have a band of Fords up there, the others being Joey Logano and Ryan Preece.
I didn't even know how I was going to buy food for my kids. I picked up the phone and
Then he's also got Chris Buescher, Austin Dillon, Josh Berry, and Ryan Blaney up there. Ty Gizmon was the lone Toyota to make it to the final round.
I'm doing the things I want to do, singing in a chorus. I'm traveling with my husband. I'm thriving. Our family's thriving.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com.
Chase Elliott, he's going to start 30th tomorrow. Chase Elliott in that Amazon Prime car.
Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Did you know you can save with GoodRx? even if you have insurance.
Yes, now cook eggs and the fish. The small one.
And I still check GoodRx.
Anyways, we got some new people up at the front. We got Christian Eckes, Austin Hill, and Jeb Burton.
We'll see you next time.
And you got Ryan Sieg up there as well.
Let's just get a closer look.
5 immersive worlds.
Also, you know that alcoholic drink known as Beatbox? You know that alcoholic drink known as Beatbox? They come in like these milk-looking cartons. They're going to sponsor Riley Herbst next week. Look at that. It's got a mix of crazy colors. All right, Jeb Burton going to go to the bottom and take the lead.
Cheers. I know, right? Sounds good in my mouth. Concur. I read it in a book 4 days a day. I concur.
Everyone's getting that new Simply Safe outdoor monitor.
How do we compete with AI-powered outdoor cameras and live agent monitoring?
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa! I didn't even see those guys. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
You know, Jeff Burton restarted in the 16th position, and he's leading this race right now. They did take 4 tires. I know we say tires don't mean a lot, but if you were watching when we were side by side, the maneuverability that 27 has been impressive.
And you just saw right there, shot to the top. He's been controlling these lanes incredible. Oh, it's just all got a huge hit from Shelby.
And also the CW, they're actually at the track rather than being in a studio in North Carolina.
Give you confidence sometimes to make more aggressive moves. Remember, these drivers have been able
And yep, Parker Retzlaff's day is pretty much over. Damn.
We got some radio in the center just all there. So that's Darty, possibly.
And we've heard that. Yeah, we've heard that. Jerry had the same issue.
It seems like, to me, that's kind of a characteristic of the tire this weekend, right? They run these cars, you don't totally spread it out, give stability, you want it almost heads up or minimal out to make the car just faster in a straight line. You do everything you can to get that speed. I'm going to tell you something, Jeff Burton with the 4 tires, I know we've talked about it not being a big deal, but if I'm upon crew chief on that pit box, I'm taking note of that because of the fact that he wasn't able to get to the lead. Now with 4 tires he has, maybe that's in the back of their mind as we move forward in this race.
That's what I really like, though, for him. You know, if you do 4 tires into stage 2, you compromise track position for the final stage. He's in a position now where he knows 2 tires are a great call. Jeff Burton leading this race, Carlo.
It's weird seeing Sheldon Creed with yellow colors on his car rather than the usual white, black, and purple.
He said he should have thrown a block there, but he didn't really have the experience to know what to do. He said it took losing that race then to learn how to win, of course, which led to wins in 2021 and 2023. He said, look, this just comes down to not doing stupid stuff. And he said he used the phrase all throttle and no brains to describe what not to do here, guys.
That's Jamie, actually.
Yeah, that's why I think for Jamie usually.
You talk about rapid intake next.
That's what I do to keep this up. Listen, I just want to get back to Jeff Burton. You mentioned getting the best track position for that 3rd stage. He started 16th in this stage. That's what he's got in the front. So handling might be a bigger issue. I'd love to hear kind of his thoughts, what he thinks is his car had more grip than everybody else. You see Sammy Smith, big, massive run on the outside, but the Chevrolets are kind of staying committed to each other on that top side. And they are. This is perfect for Jeff because you can play all 3 lanes. And if you do that correctly, it's going to keep you out front as you just keep covering the one that have momentum. It's great experience. He's making some really decisive moves back to the top here. He's controlling it really well. He's got a car that gives him the confidence to do that right now. He is. But watch that middle lane right there. You see Austin Hill get a big shove from Jesse Love, Eric Almirola, and the green and blue 19 behind him. They've stayed committed to that middle lane. You see Austin Hill now going to work out, try to block Sidney Smith. Jesse Love fills the gap. Wants to get back there. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Here comes the 2 again, Jesse Love.
In some respects, Austin Hill just sort of left his teammate doing that. They want one way, to go to the top there, but that's something that's characteristic for those RCR cars. You see them work together very well, but Austin Hill will tell you, if I see a moment to take an opportunity, I'm going to do it. If it's at your detriment, just find a way to get back with me.
Hey, laps to go. Stage 2 at Talladega. Jeff Burton leading. Big finish coming.
Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams. 2311, owned by these two, but this guy actually races for his team. And they both share the track with the team owned by this guy. 3 teams, 4 legends, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
What?
Let's just get it close to home.
No, I haven't.
5 immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Whoa, you got to see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Subway's got a new deal of the day. Chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, you get a football for only $3 more. Big hungry, is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your first. The all-new $6.99 deal of the day at Subway.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting bacon. You need that.
Stop. Roll cat lady. Time out.
Nice finger bang.
Thank you.
Don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with a simple paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, get 20% off gallons of select Benjamin Moore premium interior paint.
I wonder what its problem is.
Jigglypuff, a balloon Pokemon. It has large, friendly eyes, and it sings a pleasant song.
A Pokemon that sings? Sing for us.
The Wi-Fi is booming like a
Keel.
It busted with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, look at all those and put it in your series, but I want to.
If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place. With personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
5 laps to go, stage 2 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Talladega. Our aerial coverage provided by the Lucas Oil helicopter, and a fast little segment of the race right there for Jeff Burton was leading, got shuffled out, and now he's falling back right around 10th.
And all that great work he did to get to the front track mission-wise. He started back at 16th to start this stage, got all in the front. This is also him going by. This is where it started with Jeff Burton, started back right. This is not an island hop, Adam. This is just a power move. In 21 to simply have a run like that. And then Jesse Love makes this sort of move down below. Jesse Love is really in that spot. And Jamie, I mean, to make a move like Jesse Love did right there, that takes serious confidence in your car. And trip someone up the travel and then get underneath.
But shucking him out, right? That's what you call that. Like he's driving into spear, and you're zigging, and he's zagging to get back underneath him. That was a terrible 10 seconds for the 27 car. Went from leading, got shuffled out a little bit. You see, I haven't mentioned he's back at 12 and 14, trying to start that whole process over again. And I know we harped on RCR and the speed, but this is why they get put back 5th, 6th, 8th, and they're able to work their way back to the front. Those 2 RCR cars you see in the middle lane right here, Allgaier's kind of been the third place guy behind them so far today. Cruz Sanchez has a big run on the outside. Matty D giving him a push, but he's kind of up there by himself right here. And that's a big recovery. He had a massive moment down between 4 when Sheldon Creek got to his left rear. He got super loose before he hit Sanchez. Jesse Love looks to the top of Austin Hill. He wasn't able to cover. This is heating up. I would say I love watching Jesse Love work his way to the front, but if I'm RCR, like, just work together for a little bit. Just get in line and push each other. You see Allgaier, oh man, get off of him right there. Can't get off of him. He's working. Awesome opening up, opens the door outside lane for Jesse Love, but he'll slides up in front of him. Sanchez is having a great stage. That's what we're talking about. When you say the whole race is kind of controlled, right? We see that right here. That's going on all throughout the path. Is the only way to move forward is to get that push to somebody. If you take another look
Yeah, Allgaier about almost right hooked. 2 to go. Oh.
Yeah, the other one is you can't lock bumpers, so you got to be careful with that. If you get locked on, you do it too much. Yeah, like NASCAR together. 1 to go in the stage.
1 to go in stage 2.
This time, Austin Hill leading, Allgaier making it happen in that delivery. Jesse Love is there, and 19 Eric Almirola in the mix.
Keep your eye on Eric Almirola. Tremendous hyperspeedway style racer. One of those series. Been really quiet all day today, and I think that's kind of his motto, right? Like, not flashy, but going to be there at the end. As you see, coming to this end stage has put himself in a great position. He's going to be
Officially, now we're in. The 48. A little loose there.
It's going to be up to him to decide. He moves to the top here and sort of covering both as we go through.
A little bit like the end of the race at Atlanta.
Wow. Clean stage 1 and 2. Saying RCR is going to sweep the stages. Austin Hill stage 2 winner. Nick Sanchez finishes 4th.
Austin Hill, a Georgia guy. He's in a rival state when you talk about the Southeastern Conference. He would love to get a win in Alabama. He's out front right now.
Jeff Burton, Connor Zillish, Allgaier Sawalch, and Harrison Burton points. And yep, Parker Retzloff's day is well and truly over. Nope, there went. Oh my.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting bait man, and you need to protect your back. Easy, big Opie, you're not too fast, baby.
I'll never play that poison ivy.
Someone's a flirt. Please.
Subway's got a new deal of the day. Choose your drink for $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, you get a foot long for only $3 more. Big hungry, is that a thing? That should be a thing. Long list $6.99 deal of the day at Subway.
Stop. This is simply safe. It's no surprise. If you have to have 3 NASCAR Cup teams, it's that 223 left owned by this guy. And anytime they tell you it's in the game, but the handle is for another side. So kids race, Super Bowl winners of Colts racers. And they go to the track with legacy motors, put on by 7-time Cup champions. 3 other teams, 4 legendary winners, all going after one cup. Now this.
Just for men, you turn the strongest with the tallest, thickest looking man yet. Mustache and Me. Now with keratin. In just 5 minutes, score your best beard ever. Welcome to Fist Bump. Silver Cup. Metal Crunch. It's all or nothing. For 26 weeks of the year. Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, only on the CW.
CW Sports Coverage, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. And by Toyota. Let's go places. I'm probably guilty of selling wherever I am because I kind of live in a Walmart. But I can tell you, the Talladega Super Speedway is just special. I always get fired up. So does this guy, Josh Williams, who when we come here seems to take it to a different level. Our racing day comes report brought to you by Breastfree. I like seeing what they do because to me, I've always wanted to have something super simple. I don't know if I would do like eat a chicken salad. I would have gotten this one. I would have gotten Josh's diet one. I didn't think turkey sausage cooking one. Cheese and pudding. Nope. I didn't think that was in the Williams diet. I got to tell you, we were going over our sales elements earlier, and I was offended. Yeah, because the producer told me how to pronounce quinoa. And I'm like, you know what? I've had it actually. So it was a bit of a shot at my fitness and eating regimen. How are you supposed to say it? Well, evidently they thought I did, but they thought I didn't know how, suggesting I've never had it. This is controversy, though. It is. It is. Here we go. Pit stops into stage 2. Austin Hill leading them down. Let's go to Progressive Pit Road, Dylan.
Eric Almirola will hit his pit box at the top of the screen. He said the car was fine. Just don't let the team do anything on his own. Just kind of running at constant speed to establish some of his mistakes. Left side tires for Austin Hill. Just runs the rear of the race car.
You see his teammate Jesse Love there, second from the bottom. He said, really, your car hasn't really changed anything. They just put a little piece of tape on the left side tires only, so go feel. You see, Nick Sanchez, a little bit of a slow stop there. The call was to make left side tires only. He reported got a tick loose at the end, but still a better run than the first. Air pressure doesn't to tighten him up.
And now the race off Progressive Pit Road. You see the numbers. Jesse Love able to reclaim the top spot. He and his teammate exchanged positions. Almirola comes out third. I said it. It's one of the great places we visit in the NASCAR world. Nothing like a trip back. Anything when you go to the boulevard.
So, we really need to see your LDLC come down more to lower your risk of another heart attack.
I was afraid we had to do more.
Like what? I already exercise, take my statin, eat cake. I can tell you're trying, but there's a high chance you'll have another heart attack.
I don't want to go through that again.
What else can we do? Let's have Repatha.
Repatha plus a statin dramatically lowers LDL.
All right, so in 53 laps, we've had 10 lead changes. Anthony Alfredo is the leader.
Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
So, I have your latest blood work here. You did it. Your LDL-C came way down.
Listen to your heart. Lower your LDL-C and your risk with Repatha. Talk to your doctor.
It wasn't the late night shoot rounds or the tournament trips. That's not what got me here. It was them.
So yeah, they interviewed Cletus McFarland after the race after his 10th place run. Yeah, he rebounded from like 2 laps down to win the race.
That made all the difference.
And also they talked to Greg Biffle too. Yeah, in his Cup career, Greg Biffle never won at Talladega. No, well, that doesn't mean he doesn't have experience. And Lawless Allen, he's been getting mentorship and advice from former NASCAR driver Mike Skinner.
So you'll love our legendary new Doritos football nachos. Doritos and Subway, two legends come together.
Legends eating legends. Am I right?
Yes, thank you, Marshawn. Doritos footlong nachos. Just $5 only at Subway.
What causes a curve? Is it Peyronie's disease or somebody I can talk to around?
Some poser tabby to do this.
I'm sure it's not very. I'm sure it's not hard to do.
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for Peyronie's disease.
Let's see.
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease or PD. A urology specialist will
Interview him on the right after
Who?
the race. Cleavers.
Find somebody today at goGetSomebody.com. Speed. The action.
You better now?
Yes.
Long weekend. It's about them. The ones that gave everything. This Memorial Day weekend, we honor the following at America's Home Parade. The 66th running of the Coal 600.
Folks, we're getting ready to head into the final stage of the race, and it's the perfect time to make yourself a Cabo Wabo smoke show. Just scan that QR code for a recipe to enjoy while you sit back, relax, and watch the rest of the race. Cabo Wabo, the official tequila of NASCAR.
Then there's this kitty with his IKEA rat.
Talladega Super Speedway, and we're all set and ready to go for the final stage.
IKEA rat plushie.
Outstanding. And before we go green here for the final run of the race, let's get a pit report from Kim.
Yeah, we talked about that pit stop of Nick Sanchez being just a little bit slow. Some of that was he did have to wait on fuel, but they weren't tied up for that stop because they did left side tires only. And talked with the crew, they said that the gas man, the tire got in between the gas man and the wall when he went to grab that second can, slowing up just a little bit. Then they had to wait on fuel to make sure it was full. But despite that kind of little bit of mishap, Nick Sanchez really the only rookie that's been able and willing to mix it up at the front of the field so far in the first two stages. And when I talked to Nick earlier today, he said he needed to show people they have a fast race car and get other drivers trust before the end of the race. And they also said, we're going to race the whole race because that's what Scott wants to see. And I know Parker can talk to this. Scott Borchetta, the owner, wants no riding in the back for his team.
100%, Kim. He made it clear to me one time we went to the back to try to protect the race car. He said, never again, I want to see that thing up front. And Nick has done exactly that. He's scored the third most stage points there, 11 stage points on the day. Really impressive. I think he's proven people he has a fast race car.
Yeah, we saw those left side pit stops, which you only see here, kind of that's the choreograph of what happens there. You see right here with the 21 coming in, he gets in a little hot. You see that right front walk out. You see the tire changer on the left front.
I think that was 2012 or 2013.
About second and a half, and that's what's allowed Jesse Love to get that lead again. Let's hear what Austin Hill had to say.
Oh, the big one's definitely happening for sure.
Well, and what Austin's referring to right there is when the pit stop was over, the car that's pitted in front of him had to come around. He had to sit there for just another second. It just compounded the issue.
Hills led the most laps with 9. Jetbirds led 6, and every other driver's has only led just 1 lap.
Coming around you, you just have to time it correctly. Hopefully avoid a collision.
All the leaders in today's race have all been Chevrolets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 11 lead changes among 7 different drivers. All right, stage 3. Here we go.
No one better for Jesse Love to have behind him. His teammate Austin Hill. Watch Eric Alvarez. You see his teammate William Swalich and Taylor Gray, all 3 JGR parts lined up on the outside, and they work together to get in front of this RCR group. Can they put an assault on? That's exactly what I'm thinking. Wow, the 40 Nick Sanchez goes to the top right there, the major move, and gets a lot of helpers as well. That's pretty.
Yeah, Mayer moves to the top.
Bunch of people decided to, when you show me how Harrison Burns, like everyone decided they didn't want Harrison ahead of them, and it's all over the top. It didn't look intentional, but he had plenty of help once he darted out there. Here it is.
Yeah, it looks like they had a big run. We got on that a little bit late right there. They had a big run. We'll get another look right here. Yeah, they're generating a little bit of a run right here. And he shoots the outside. It's an aggressive move. Gets the outside of Harrison Burton as well. You have that momentum and you want to use it while you have it.
Kim said they want to be aggressive. That's a mandate from the boss. And that was about
Matt
as
the
aggressive
Benedetto's
as
up there
it
in
gets
6th. Haven't talked much about him this race.
More aggressive now when the pay window opens later in this race because they actually have gotten those points early on. That gives you that chance to a little more leeway. Parker went there. He went there. He went there. Oh, did I say window? No, he went there. I didn't mean to.
Let's ride with Allgaier.
Still 35, a little bit 26 trying to get up here. Wait a bit.
Parker, the one thing that I can't imagine is as we listen to his spotter Eddie Gamon talk is the pitch of the engine. Because that's kind of what you reference inside the car, knowing where the draft is. You feel it, just hear it.
Eddie goes so calm.
On one thing to be calm. But absolutely.
But we did hear moments of intensity from him. And as you said, so
And Jones is also up there too.
Send a major message.
And as impressive as that run was, we saw Sanchez get, it crushed that outside lane. Because they pulled out the outside lane and it was cut in half. You see Ariel roll right there. It's moved that lane back. They're starting to get kind of
Good mom.
together. It takes laps here. It doesn't happen in a straightaway. It takes multiple laps.
Just itching.
It just seems like to generate runs, you can see momentum being built up, as you mentioned, over a couple laps. And that's why when you see someone who has a run, like we see have Austin Hill earlier in the race, take it, you take it. And that's what Austin Hill has always said. When he gets a run, he takes it because you just don't know when that will materialize again.
But who's leading that outside lane? 99, Matt DiBenedetto working his way to the top 5. He's won a truck race here and a couple of spots behind him, drafting the outside lane. But he is William Sawala to the 18, Kim.
Yeah, let's get Toyota driver update. Doing a great job right now. And he's got very limited super speedway experience. He's got just one truck start on a super speedway. Remember, he just turned 18 last October, which limited his availability to run these bigger racetracks. But because of that, they put him in the ARCA car earlier today. He finished 9th in that race. And he's been doing this he just gets more seat time. With a limited amount of practice on the Xfinity Series side, he really needs that extra seat time. That's been an emphasis for the team. They're not paying attention to points. They're trying to build his confidence and start running solid races and finishing solid races.
It's hard to believe when you look at the numbers.
There's Jeffrey Earnhardt there, the black car on the bottom.
But very much in the game today. Jesse Love leading 53 to go.
You know what's crazy? We're eating breakfast and none of us are morning people. Is this adulting? I think it is. Oh my goodness. Look at us. I'm a big girl now. My back hurts. It's acting up again because I was busy with my briefcase.
Just for men, get your strongest, tallest, thickest looking beard yet. Mustache and me, now with keratin. In just 5 minutes, score your best beard ever. Just for men.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Who would settle for Batman when there's Batman?
Come on, big mobile, don't die on me now.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
There's only one fuel that can drive the performance you demand from your car. New 94 Octane, the highest octane on the market. Only at Sunoco. TrueWorks high-performance workwear keeps you cool and dry when the heat is on. So ditch the heavy denim and get light, stretchy, technical gear that's as capable as you are. TrueWork, no sweat.
When you're the leader, disaster cleanup and restoration. How do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! By being prepared for anything. Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that. Surf pro, like it never even happened.
Chili's wanted to reintroduce the presidents and margaritas to a NASCAR, but that was pretty complex, so we came up with the kitchen line.
They even show Parker Kligerman on that mechanical bull, which is basically the ride's dente thing. Or where they showed Parker Kligerman on one of those mechanical bull rides promoting Chili.
CW Sports back live, Talladega Super Speedway, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing at this historic track for the 38th time. Parker Kligerman, Jacob Murray, I'm Adam Alexander. Dylan Lumskin in on the pit lane. Carla Betts, our host today. No pit stops.
And for the ARCA race, they also had Austin Dillon in the booth.
For incident of the day. So far, it's been a very clean afternoon, and it's been a clean afternoon on the stat sheet for Jesse Love, who's led 44 laps in the pole this afternoon.
And right, it seemed almost a little calm right here because we are getting close to within a couple laps of the window being open to pick here on the green and have the fuel to go to the end. And one thing to also keep note of is some of the teams and drivers are trying to get aligned with each other to make those pit stops. That's become an opportunity. You have the 48 who wants to get back with the RCR cars who they're affiliated with. You have the 39 Ryan Seaman trying to find other forks. Some of the Toyotas trying to find themselves. So that's what we're seeing is being a little bit calmer. Some are happy where they're at. Others are trying desperately to get back to the front to be the people they want to pit road. Yeah, and a couple of things. If we have green flag pit stops, I want my spotter to remind me, listen, don't speed on pit road. Don't lock up your tires getting on pit road. These guys didn't get to practice because of the way qualified is. You don't get to practice getting on pit road. It's a challenging one to get on. The splitters can get on the ground, the folks get in, you can lock those tires up, but you could not have that penalty this late in the race.
You mentioned the spotters, communication key up there as you start trying to get organized. What Parker referenced, I always love though being where King and Jim are on pit road, and the crew chief gets off the box and he runs over to his neighbor's pit box and he says, "Hey, we're going to come now. Will you come with us? Because you can make all the plans you want during the week. You can have meetings in the garage race morning, but until you get into the race and see who you're running with, when you got to make that green flag stop, you just don't know who your partners might be."
Hey, Jimmy, you know how old Adam is? He mentioned getting off the box. They do that over text message.
No, that's right.
Every time, you know.
It used to be visual when I was down there. That's right.
It's a beautiful visual.
I like to promote hustle. Danny Stockman, though, says, I'll just send a text message.
One thing to keep in mind as you watch this, if you think you're going to hit on the front side of this, you're going to get on the bottom where you see Jesse Love, Austin Hill, or if you're a little bit further back, Carson Quapple, Jeff Burke, because you want to make sure that you don't have to cut across traffic. If you're in that outside lane, maybe think we're going to go another lap, an extra lap, because it might take up some ground being on the outside, and those guys forming in that bottom line, hitting just a little bit earlier.
Let's pick off some drivers here in the top 10. Haven't talked a lot about today. Brandon Jones leading that outside lane now. One at Darlington a few weeks ago. Sandy Smith inside ahead last week's winner at Rockingham. One here last fall. Right behind him, Connor Zillage. You know, he's raced 3 times in the draft, once in trucks, twice in Xfinity. He's never finished a race when we talk about competing in the draft, but here he is circling to the front. We mentioned Matt DiBenedetto, Jeffrey Earnhardt driving that 24 car for Sam Hunt. So some great names in the top 10, and they're starting to feel it out here as we work toward this pit stop under green.
And Parker, you mentioned it. Look at Sammy Smith giving Austin Hill a little push. They're doing that because the outside road started making it on the inside. We'll get a little more aggressive and push, try to get them to back up for a team in row. Moving forward, what they don't want to happen is the 20 get up front, be able to move down front, because it moves your whole row back one line. But you said it, it's like calm down. Like for the first time in the race, the 21 almost seems content right now behind the 2. That wasn't the case earlier. Sammy Smith led some laps earlier. These guys have all calmed down just a little bit, I think, trying to get to that last pit stop and then race. And part of why he might be able to get here right now. We saw that right front lock up when he made his pit stop.
pit stop here. Report to Dylan that I'm right. Maybe if I there's the key. And
There
you
we
see the
go.
hand out the window of the 21 Austin Hill.
Pit stops are going to happen.
Are pitting right now. Yeah, that's dangerous. If
Yep,
no
there
one
they go.
is pitting, you see
Got their hand out the window. Time to pit.
It's one thing for Sadie Smith. You can see their hands out the window. When you get 4 or 5 rows back, you got to depend on your spotter to tell you these. You cannot see that. This is right at the edge of the window, about 68 here. This is basically
Here we come.
The earliest you want to be on camera to see
For those who are tuning in, this will be probably the only green flag stop we'll see this entire race.
Chevy has won the last 11 races here at Talladega and a whole bunch of bow ties in the pit lane.
Yeah, pit road penalty can also hurt their chances too.
So, Parker, you need pit road right now. It's not a race, right? You want to get in line, you want to get single file as quick as possible so we can have the fastest lap times. Trying to make sure that these guys are getting inside the back of the cars. I always like getting early. It puts them in an interesting fuel window of green, white chippers. How far you can make it. And I like being on the front side because you have the momentum when the other group pulls out. And the analytics will tell you being the first group on pit road is the most advantageous because it brings up this pack. They run a couple laps that are slower, and if that other group of Chevys can get lined up, like you mentioned, they can sort of counteract with the speed of that pack. And this isn't good though, Adam. You see that there's 3 of them. And what else, the other thing that can happen here is because that pack is coming, they're going to get a little bit of a sniff, a draft off those guys in front, and they might actually have quicker lap times. They got to get together. It was interesting looking at the last car in that group that made the pit stop. 42 Anthony Alfredo had a moderation early, unscheduled pit stop, got a free pass, and he pitted with that group of Chevys that came a couple of times ago. Now the Toyota's all lined up. Saw the hands out the window. And they will stay out, but some of the drivers behind them making pit stops here. More Chevys.
More Chevys in.
Behind them, a bunch from Junior Motorsports. The Fords and Toyotas stay on track, Dylan.
Yeah, Sadie Smith and the rest of the Junior Motorsports cars are in. The Ada Smith that just been too tight all day. You saw the little chassis adjustment there in the back window. Waiting on the fuel, want to get it full in case of a green-white shepherd at the end of this one too, Cam.
Quiet day for Connor Dillon. Haven't talked too much about him. Earlier in the race, he said the balance felt okay. Then recently, he told the team it was a little draggy in the bubble. And overall, the team needs to make better decisions, is what the rookie told his team.
It's interesting when you look at that group coming off. Carson Quaffle was the first, and so he will have that group of drivers in tow. We'll see how it all merges together once everyone has made their scheduled stop here in the final stage.
And these guys are grouped together pretty good. Like that hasn't pitted yet. As you see right here, that first group that pitted, you see the momentum they're going to have. And these guys a little bit late on the pit road. The other advantage they're going to have is they're going to get that little bit of draft. But I think the second group is actually going to be in a little better position right here. It's just going to depend on that momentum that the first group has. A little bit of that is the main pack that they dropped.
Brandon Jones still staying out. Joe Gibbs is pretty much 1, 2, 3 at this point. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 actually.
Part of that group that made a pit stop first and came down at lap 71. And at this point right now, that group that pitted first is running a little quicker lap time than what the Toyotas are right here. And it's going to hit this will slow them all down right now. When they get side by side, you can't be selfish in this situation. You got to get single file, maybe let a guy in, even though you don't want to. This just slows your whole pack down. And though it might benefit you in
this may be false, but if the pit stop cycle out, Carson Quaffle might be the race leader.
And when you look at the bumper, you can see how many laps it's been since drivers made a pit stop.
Jeremy Clements to the lead.
40 laps to go. The strategy's starting to play out. And I don't think it's going to play in this group's favor right here in the Toyotas. They continue to run a 10.5, 2/10 slower every single lap as they come down pit road right now. Toyota's going to make their stop here.
In case you couldn't tell, it's Parker Kligerman, Adam Alexander, and Jamie McMurray in the booth. Yeah, the cars are pitting in groups. Mostly The Toyota drivers are in. Jeremy Clements, Mason Maggio, and Brennan Poole, and Ryan Ellis, Jesse Wuji, Catherine Legg are staying.
So, guys, the one thing is, be careful right here as Harrison Burke pulls out of his pit. The one thing that I saw there is they weren't packing those fuel cells full. So even though they might have run a little slower lap time, maybe the slightly shorter fill is going to benefit them.
Here comes that group.
They made their pit stops lap 69, 71, and the
And Catherine Legg's gonna lead a lap.
If they're too wide, is going to hurt them when they catch this next group. If they were single file, you could get to the outside, but the fact that they're too wide, I think, is going to hinder them. It's just going to depend on how much momentum they have. Brandon Jones in the fluorescent car out front, bottom lane. Let the Toyotas in. He let them off, but here come the Chevys on the attack. But as Jamie said, they're too wide coming the outside lane.
And also,
I'm going to pull up just like that Swatch hit. Pull up and block him. It's going to slow.
ooh, Swallich goes up.
Wasn't quite able to cover there on the 2-2. Have too much momentum. That's going to shift Swatch to the back of this pack. But it probably benefited all the friendly teams by slowing up the Kentucky Chevys. Being the last car, you slowed them down. They're going to get by you, but it is, I think, going to slow down from getting all the way to the lead. As you see, Brandon Jones, Eric Almirola, Taylor Gray, the three Gibbs cars have put themselves in a great position. They're going to have to move up, though, and block this outside lane eventually. This was a net gain by the Toyotas over the Chevys, and some of the Fords who stick together. Eric's doing it. There he goes to the top.
Eric to the top. Greg Van Alst in the lead now, but he's going to pit.
It's another race, another problem for the rookie driver from Minnesota. Catherine Legg had taken over the lead. She and Greg Van Alst had yet to make a pit stop. Legg comes in. And
there she is.
Her service here. This is scheduled with 38 laps to go, but the battle for the race lead is going to be what you see right here. The drivers that have already pitted and leading the draft. You got teammates from Joe Gibbs Racing, bottom lane, Brandon Jones, outside of him, Eric Almirola. See, Jesse Love, the guy that's pretty much dominated this race. He and Austin Hill find themselves in a tough position right now. Are they going to have the speed to be able to work these lanes and get back front? As we take a look, we saw this with Harrison Burton as they were coming off pit road, limited contact with Sheldon Creed. Maybe cut that right front tire down. We heard something on the radio that maybe he's blowing up, and there you see smoke for the 18. He's on pit road. They got the hood up. Right
Man,
now,
dang, it seems like almost every week William Swalch is having some sort of issue. And yep, that car's not going to run. Yep, that car's toast. Oh God, this camera.
To Dude Wipes, the wet, flushable wipe that clears instead of smears. Dude Wipes, best clean, hands down.
Let's just get it close to the
5 immersive worlds.
Oh my God, they are 4 wide.
You got to see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Today,
Oh,
you're meeting for coffee.
oh, spin. Oh, wow. There goes Sammy Smith.
And then before you know it,
Takes Greg Van Alst with him.
at Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards with a little
Well, there's our first caution for incident.
Earn up to 10x points on travel and 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
Oh, Ryan Sieg's in it. Oh, there goes my pick.
Start with dessert.
Or how about soup?
Union Bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle.
Fuck. There's my top pick.
That's right. It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know? Oh, didn't think this through, did you? No?
turns. Apparently the refills are limited. Okay. It's not okay.
Your local Ace is the largest national retailer of steel power tools. Gas or battery, you won't find this full line at their warehouse store. You can find it at Ace. Order online, get free pickup or free assembly and delivery. Ace is the place for helpful hardware, folks.
From imagination to track to your driveway. You in?
I'm gonna move that a little bit. You can see the lap count. Also, I'm marking my disc down.
Under caution at Talladega Superspeedway, our third yellow of the day. First for incident, Ryan Sieg among those involved, taking his Ford to the garage.
Jesus Christ, Sieg can't catch a break. Gee, first he loses Rockingham and now this.
I saw him get turned. Oh, Jet into his right side. Jet hits
Oh.
that catches straight gun off as well when the 8 gets spun around and then I'm quite sure what 39 is. Yeah, Van Oss has not hit it yet, so they had caught him and it got just a little bit tight there, right? Like they were 4 wide for just a second. You see the 35 on the bottom, it gets a little bit narrow right here as they're heading down. Just against
Whoops.
Jet right in the middle of it. Not sure he got it.
Oh.
That's how he got on that damage. 2 drivers that were great last week taken out here. Sammy Smith, who won. Ryan Sieg, who led a career high 77 laps. Will assess damage.
Oh, yeah.
And get a restart.
Boom. Is that the 42? Yeah, it was. Well, at least he can go to Texas next week. He's good there. We all saw it last year.
What amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
No, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe. Only at Universal Orlando Resort.
You know what's crazy? We're eating breakfast and none of us are morning people. Is this adulting? I think it is. Oh my goodness. Look at us. We are so grown up. And I was looking at the prices of gas yesterday and the stocks. They're so high.
What's Simply Safe got that I don't?
24/7 monitoring to help stop crime in real time.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Maybe Simply Safe and I can work together.
Oh my
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I faced my PTSD, and I'm a better husband and father because of it.
We help warriors get the expert care and support to
Use the
thrive.
other one.
I gotta go. I gotta help you. I gotta be an athlete again.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proven
Anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/connect. Ellie?
Today, you're meeting for coffee. Megan, I love you. And then before you know it, hey, you're meeting your family. At Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards for the little moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Earn up to 10x points on travel, 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
Shady Rays sunglasses. Break them or lose them. Or replace them. No question.
I was gonna need you Shady Rays tonight.
Let's get him another pair. Fast.
Shady Rays. Eyewear that has your back.
Let's go see what NASCAR Prime's all about. Let's do this.
Someone say road course? Finally, Pocono. Stream all 5 Cup Series races.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Truework. Upgrade to the world's most technical performance workwear. And by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Back here at Talladega Super Speedway, under caution, final stage. Closing on
Had to wash up that plate I used earlier. Yes. So yeah, I'm doing it without being naturally told that, or asked to do it. I'm gonna leave that knife out and that other little thing with the little sauce because I don't know if y'all are using it still.
That's okay, I'll watch it anyway.
We made our final pit stop for the afternoon. Greg Van Alst gets the pit. Everybody trying to go around him. Tight quarter racing in Talladega. And you get a caution.
Brian Sieg's car dug into the infield there in turn 1. The grass area tore up his splitter. Yep. It goes to show what my favorite drivers go through. It's frustrating.
Legendary new Doritos footlong nachos. Doritos and Subway, 2 legends come together to
Legends eating legends. Am I right?
Yes, thank you, Marshall. Doritos footlong nachos, just $5, only at Subway.
Nice bowl, please, Steve. Where'd you get them? GoVex.com.
Man, I gotta get me one of those. Where'd you get it?
GoVex.com. Hey, Steve, nice boots. Where'd you get those? GoVex.com. Easy. Exclusive deals for first responders, military, and law enforcement only at GoVex.com.
At WeatherTech, we don't need to bring jobs back to America.
You want to know why? Because we
Never left.
At WeatherTech, we've been manufacturing here in America for decades. So tariffs will never affect the prices of our products, ever. When you invest in the protection of your vehicle with WeatherTech, you're making an investment here in our country. WeatherTech, made right in America. Order American at WT.com.
Ready for liftoff? You will. With Blue Chew, your confidence takes flight. It's not just a boost, it's a whole new attitude. Blue Chew, it's out of this world.
Hey, it's RV Harvey.
Guilty as charged.
You get in the RV? How was the RV? Catch any more? That's not good.
This is getting out of hand. All I ever wanted was to get a cool boss in an RV and fun nickname. Now I know where a walleye is.
Hey, all that matters is that you bundled your RV and boat with your home and auto insurance.
And got great savings and coverage. Sounds like an expert outdoorsman, you know?
I kind of overdid it with the decor, didn't I?
Sildenafil is the scientific it's what Viagra is, but they choose to sell under the Viagra name. It's like a chemical element.
Everyone's getting that new Simply Safe outdoor.
And yeah, I'm not afraid to look online to see what Blue Chew is and what it does.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Oh.
Nation Wednesday. Chris Cuomo, Bill O'Reilly, and Stephen
Hold
A.
on.
Smith in a live Cuomo Town Hall event. All Americans to find News Nation on your screen. Go to
So it's safe to say Viagra has some
We're going to
competition.
restart here inside of 30 laps to go. This place is awesome. The massive
Oh yeah, he could have gone airborne like McDowell did last year. Yeah, you're right.
11 today. Only one caution for incident, but we have flat been entertained. And we haven't said a lot about the Fords today. Sheldon Creed looking for his first career win. He leads after all the strategy is played out.
Right, we saw qualified. Some of them tried some things that didn't work. They were not very fast at qualifying. It looked like they just couldn't quite get assembled at times. But Sheldon was sort of the lone ranger of the Fords up there often as we looked at the first two stages of this race. And now that's put him in position to be in the lead here in stage 3. His closest friend is Harrison Burton, who's also done a good job of being in the top 10.
And the Ford field has lost one, and that would be Ryan Sieg, who's out of the care center. Carla?
Yeah, that's right. Ryan Sieg's day ends. You were caught up in the first natural caution of the day. It looked like you almost escaped it, though.
Yeah, no, I thought I had it saved, and then the grass got us on the bottom. I'm not sure what happened. Just still 30 to go. It just sucks, you know what I mean, to get caught up with 30 to go on the head of wreck. But
Shoot.
we had, you know, the mini car almost as fast as Xfinity normal, but just sucks to yeah, right there. Just sucks to come. Still 30 to go. A lot of racing left, and we had a decent car, but that's what it is. It's Talladega.
Are you surprised it took that long to get a natural caution?
Yeah, no, I was surprised. It was pretty clean. It was a little bit hectic at times. You know what I mean? The cars are dancing all over the place, but you know what I mean? It's just part of one little mistake. I guess. I guess the 27 gets sideways. All I saw, and then checked out.
No.
I had it safe, and then the grass.
I'll give you a bucket of money.
Thanks, Ryan. Tough
Say
ending
no.
for Ryan Dillon.
And Carla, just want to keep an eye on Austin Hill here on this restart, who is going to restart in 12th. That's as far back as he's been all day. When I spoke to crew chief Chad Haney this morning, he said we want to get to the lead and stay there for a couple of reasons. If they get shuffled back, kind of where they are right now, it becomes fast cars who don't want to work with them, or
I
the
hope
wrong
so,
cars
too.
trying too hard to work with them, which can cause some issues. So if they're up front, it allows Austin, the driver, spotter, Derek Nealon, to just do what they do best. But they're kind of in the hornet's nest right now and not where they want to be. So just going to be interested to see how aggressive the 21 is trying to get back to the front.
You know, we saw that wreck with Ryan Sieg, and he keep referencing. He had it saved until he got to the grass. Think about how much rain we had here last night. As you watch this car go down, that splitter just catches what appears to be a tremendous amount of mud, and he's, well, you see it. Let's get another shot.
Different angle here, but it basically grips the front end of part and sort of catches the mud.
And you wonder if it's dry down there, if he's able to slide right over it.
Then he ends up collecting part of the brakes off as well. He's had a lot of mechanical issues in that Ford car. But just back to the 21, you know, earlier today, or yesterday, we talked about how do you beat the 21s. The Super Speedway Savant, my thought was you just can't follow them. You got to try, the field has to try and do something different.
All right, come back to the green. Sheldon Creed's going to be up front.
Yeah, the pit cycle.
Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton, Jesse Love, Nick Sanchez, Amro, DeBendale, Taylor Gray, Carter Zilshin, Carson Kvapil.
Austin Hill is shuffled back a little bit, but no more pit stops here. We're going to find out who has the fastest car and who's going to make the best decisions.
No more pit stops, no more commercials. If we stay green, we're here the rest of the way. Let's go.
All right, here we go. 28 to go.
But there's going to have to be a lot of defensive driving. If Jesse's able to push him out front, he's not going to want to be in second.
And Jesse's been very aggressive about taking runs, trying to get back to the lead. When he does his speed, he's able to control his field really well. So for the rest of the field, they don't want to see that. Try and hold him off as Austin Hill pops to the top, trying to make a third lane happen.
And that's hard. You try to make that third lane happen immediately because they get kind of bogged down on this initial lap. But if you don't get a lot of help to go with you, Austin Hill's going to go backwards right here and find himself in a worse position than what he was. You can't force the issue at these tracks, even though he has a super fast car.
He can maybe hopefully entice Justin Allgaier to come up there with him. He needs stronger cars than he has behind with Blake Perkins and Jeremy Clements. He needs the faster cars that run primarily in the top 10.
Sheldon Creed's able to break the plane of the front bumper of Brandon
Jones, and then looks to get back to the bottom, thinking maybe that'll be the lane that has the most energy in it. But I would want to get in front of that 2 car, knowing how much speed he's had all day long. See he's able to pull Jones along just a little bit here as they exit turn 2.
What I like to see out of Sheldon is the moves that he's making and to have this time at the front, because there's no real replacement for having the opportunity to be at the front and having to make these moves and listen to your spotter and cover the momentum of the different lanes as it's happening. I love this point in the race, and I've been there, where it just really helps you zero in exactly how you're going to make those moves and how to cover momentum through other lanes.
Yeah, and that shot we just saw from the side is so much easier to see when the run is generated. If it's somebody, being able to get a little bit of push, we saw Eric Almirola in the green and blue 19, give the 2 a shove. You see Jesse Love now gets on the back bumper of Sheldon Creed, going to try to push him out front. Jesse wants to push him far enough that he can clear Grayson Jones as well. Because when you get side by side, you get stalled out just a little bit.
And Jesse's trying to do the juke again. He did it earlier in the race. He's a tricky method of high side and cutting underneath that, using momentum.
Austin Hill, yep. Oh wow, he's stuck way back there. Back there in 15th. Oh, he'll make it up there.
Taylor Gray is going to try to get up there. He's going to want to get down. He's got his teammate right behind him, Justin Allgaier right there, trying to get that outside lane to go. And it's a little bit of a better time to do that, Parker. We saw the 21 do it on the first lap. Now he's going to find himself behind those 3 or 4 cars that have pulled up in front of him. He's getting himself in a tough. He's going to have a lot of work to do to get to the front now.
That really hurt the middle lane there. Sheldon Creed has to go to the top and try to cover the 2.
Crossover move.
The crossover. Yep, Creed's going to get hung out.
And Austin Hill with it. Yeah, and Love got some communication from the spotter right there. That outside lane was starting to build up. That's where he wanted to be. Creed was in such a tough position, knowing how fast the 2 car has been all day long. We almost have
So Harrison Burton's up there too. 2nd car on the bottom.
Jones has stayed committed to the bottom, and it's working out for him right now.
The 4th car in the line on the top is Austin Hill. It's found his friends.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's getting himself in a better position. And one of the things that happens when you get in the outside lane, if the middle lane starts to go, guys will bail out, not stay committed up there. That's kind of what's happened to the 21 car right here. He's right behind Justin Allgaier. You see all 3 Junior Motorsports cars right there, top on the 1. Connor Zilish, he referenced.
Connor Zilish on the top.
Jesse Love doing such a good job of managing out front, but he's got 3 lanes coming behind him. Well, and it's easy to manage too. It's really hard with how wide this racetrack is to go all the way from the top position that he's in all the way down to the bottom. Look at that low lane. You got Brandon Jones, no big surprise. Harrison Burton, you kind of expected to be there. Behind him, the rookie Daniel Nye, and right behind him, rookie Dean Thompson. And then the 70, Leland Honeyman Jr., who got his career best finish in this race 1 year ago. One thing, Parker, also that happens as we run is if we can run multiple laps here.
There's a 70. Oh, he's 12.
It's just naturally easier when you run that bigger radius of the corner around the top. And what you'll see as the race goes on, that top is such a runnel that gets into the corners. The bottom will make up a lot of ground around the middle of the corner where you are here. But then when you get to the exit, watch how much you'll run.
Oh, yeah, there's the 70 car in front.
And if that second car in line gets to the rear bumper, they generate a massive run down the backstretch.
We heard about a lot of cars being loose riding seats, and all the cars are dancing around out there. This is when you're really going to see it. We've seen some close calls, but now you're really going to push it and be aggressive with those pushes as we get later in this race. And if your car's loose, that's really hard to hold on to.
Talk about Junior Motorsports. Those Chevys continue to work together in the outside lane. 88 is Zilish. He's a rookie, so is the 1 of Carson Blackwell. The veteran Justin Allgaier right behind him. The 7, our reigning champ, has never won a
Junior Motorsports car is on the top.
The 21 of Austin Hill. Yeah, and pay attention to this outside lane. We've got the 21 car, 4 or 5 cars back. As you see,
Ooh.
Connor decides to make it
3 wide.
This is a great move to get those RCR cars shuffled to the back. He's got his
It's a smart move.
Is going to stay committed to him. There might be some trash talk on social media this week. Connor Zilish, 88, Jesse Love with a 2. They're the best of friends. He'll replay this moment, no doubt about it, Connor Zilish.
What do they always do? Catch each other sleeping and then post pictures on social media. Connor just caught him sleeping there on that move.
And outside lane, 5th in line, 31, Blaine Perkins in the game. Yeah, it's far from over for Jesse Love, though. That car's been so quick. I think he's going to be able to get that middle lane going back to the
front. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of.
Oh yeah, I see the 31. Yep. I have a feeling Zilish is gonna win on a not on an oval track this year. I can just see it happening. With a Carson Quapple looking good.
Yeah, I feel like he had confidence they were, and they definitely did. Yeah, Zillich won on the road course in Austin, Texas. Not surprising because he's such a good road racer. But he always has a moment or two every race where he shows just how talented he is. Danger out there, he slides up in front of his teammate. If I were Connor Zillich, I would want to stay committed to my teammates right now. And the reason being is that he just loves Jesse Love out. I can promise you, in the next 21 laps, Jesse Love is not going to forget that move. It is not going to stay as committed to Zillich as what his teammates are going. And for Connor, who has such little experience at this level racing, as you mentioned, Adam, that move right there, if the team has the chance to tell him, was lazy. It was slow. It wasn't the move he needed. If he wanted to cover, you've got to go back to the top quickly. He cut that as close as he possibly could. I think Carson Quapple cut him a break. But watch Josh Williams, this car that they're going to lap right here, the blue and white 11. When that car's on the bottom, that stacks everything up. That's what caused the last wreck. You see, he's trying to get out of the way, but watch how much it brings these cars all together as it bogs them down. The air that happens by passing that car.
And the reason Josh is back there, he was involved in that accident, got damaged, had too many men over the wall when they were under the DVP, penalized 2 laps. That's why he is falling a couple
Austin
laps
Hill
down.
gets in front of his teammate.
Drops down low in front of his teammate. It's not surprising ever in the track. Those RCR Chevys flexing their muscles.
It's astonishing to watch sometimes, Jimmy. When you watch the 21, he makes moves. He passed by Jeff Burton early in the race by himself into turn 1, and he made a move that it looked like he was going to clear Justin Allgaier to slot third in the top lane. He didn't. He got in front of his teammate Jesse Love. But it's unbelievable to see the power moves he can make with his speed that race car. Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, it's you know, the RCR cars just have so much speed. I think the field in general, though, Parker, has done an exceptional job of trying to put them in bad positions, but that speed just continues to show up. As you see, the 88 now trying to manipulate those 2 lanes. Again, I would want to stay committed to my teammate, knowing that he's probably going to stay with me a little bit later. Oh, that's
Do two.
Last fall, wrecked out driving the 88 for Junior Motorsports. Top 5 though in the season opener at Daytona. So the number 1 car can't get it done in the draft. And he's the only driver full time for Junior Motorsports that has not won this season. So he's motivated today to lock himself into the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Side draft coming into play. Right now, those cars want them to stall each other out. If you get a look at Catherine Legg right now, having a great run. She kind of stayed in the back for a while, Parker, but now we're getting down to the closing laps. She's put herself in a great position up to 11th place. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Trying to spend some time just figuring out the draft, doing it, that sort of thing. And now,
Well, after all the backlash you got from Rockingham last week, I think this isn't much.
I think she's done a good job for herself.
It's really not surprising to see the 32 perform well in the draft. It's usually the boss man, Jordan Anderson, driving it today. Catherine Legg gets her opportunity. First time she's ever been in the draft. Doing an outstanding job. Led some laps earlier.
So one thing to watch right here, the RCR cars on the bottom are having a hard time staying together. As they exit the corner, it's like the two can't stay connected to Austin Hill in front of him. And the Junior Motorsports cars, to be on the outside, have done a really nice job of allowing them to break the Lincoln bumper and get control of this race. Connor Zillich is getting better at controlling the lanes and making his moves more decisive, but he's definitely keep getting pretty close to the one at times, and I think he's got to sort of tighten that up a bit, because as it gets closer down here and there's a large run on the bottom, he tries to come to the top the way he has been, that opportunity might not be there.
How about that one car, Dylan?
Yeah, it's been a quiet day for them, but a really good run going. Talking to Andrew Overstreet, the crew chief this morning, he said Carson has been way more confident in what he's doing here this week compared to the others.
Yeah, I heard.
They are encouraging him, have been encouraging him to be aggressive. He also has worked a lot this week with spotter TJ Majors.
Yeah. I could dislike Catherine Legg for anything, but sending her death threats over, sending that for a simple racing incident, that's gone too far. It goes to show you what social media has become late. There are days where I just want to take a break, crash out. One of these days, I'm just going to retire from Twitter altogether, because there's some good folks on there, but there's some But every once in a while, I see some toxicity. I'm not going to name anyone, but you kind of get the point. But ooh,
and he's competing for his third Talladega victory. Austin Hill leading. As you look at the numbers on Jed Burton, that Golden Corral Chevy is fast.
all of Jeb Burton's wins have come in odd years, and 2025 is an odd year. Yep, it can be like that. Well, Austin Hill's the first driver other than Jesse Love to lead more than 10 laps.
Too strong. Drive down to the inside of his teammate. And he's got his buddy coming with him.
Yeah, the people are sending Catherine Legg death threats. Yeah, they're just as bad as Augustine Canapino's fans. RCR teammates back up front. Matt DiBenedetto's found his way back into the top 10.
To do that, instead of running against the wall all the way around the corner, Austin is kind of countering that move and running like middle of the way through the corner, so it's not as long of a distance. As you watch, they go into the corner right here. The two's going to go all the way to the bottom, try to have that momentum. But the 21, who gets a little bit of a shove right here from Zilch, isn't going to have to defend. But you see how he's running through the middle, and he can do that, and that's going to protect him from Jesse Love on the bottom. But what Austin Hill has to be careful of is that Connor Zilch doesn't do to him what he did to the two-car earlier in the race. It gets hit outside, so you're having to block both sides.
I have experience in trying to do that on the 21 Austin Hill. They haven't been hit spinning out.
He's thankful you're not behind him right now. 13 laps to go.
13 to go.
At this place. Austin Hill go out front. Qualified on the front row for a 6th consecutive race here yesterday, but he's never finished in the top 10. I mean, he's awesome in the draft, but for whatever reason, he just can't seem to get to the finish line here. Maybe today is his day.
So, Parker, for me, when I would get these races.
Oh, there goes Almirola and Catherine Legg. Man, she was having a good day. And there goes Brandon Jones's race. I swear she was having a good race.
Yeah, I just think he got a bump. Really, I think you saw it correctly. He basically tried to clear himself up to the top. He realized that 32 was there.
I swear to God, Catherine Legg cannot catch a break.
Just outside the top 10.
Jeffrey Earnhardt. That's 3 Toyotas. Great.
Radio from Eric Almirola, who won here in 2017.
Hey, come on! I went exactly when you said get up, get up! You were plenty clear when I first said it, I promise you.
Talking to spotter Stevie Reeves.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this here. You know, it's what it looked like. You saw the 19 start to move up, and Catherine Legg was just there, and Eric's referencing this spotter that he thought he was clear, but clearly, I mean, she's...
That was on you, Almirola.
Unfortunate for her. It's kind of an innocent bystander in this wreck, and you can hear the frustration in Eric's voice right there.
Brandon Jones almost went over. You see that right shot got hooked up in the air a little bit. Glad that thing set down safely.
And to make these moves that we see from lane to lane, and as quick as you do them, you and I talked about earlier, you basically don't look at the mirror. You listen to the spotter, you go. We'll see if there's a moment here where he is clear. Maybe about now.
Right there.
From that angle, he clearly was clear. He was clear for just a moment, but when he moved up, no. And if that's the timing of what his father's saying, is when I said it, you were up. But by the time he reacted to it, he decided to take that move. It wasn't good. And from our perspective there, obviously the video was slowed down slightly, so it looked like that gap was there for a long time. I think in real time, let's take a look at it and see how long that he actually had that gap. You see the 31 of Blake Perkins is going to get to his outside, stalls him out just a little bit from the air dumping on the spoiler, and there's about a car length gap. It's going to be tight right here. There was time. Yeah, there was time to get up in there. It's just you really want to know the timing of when the spotter set it to where he is clear actually there. If he just didn't react quick enough to the message that, hey, you are clear, but it's a quick clear.
Yeah, The other thing I would say, if you're on the spot stand here,
Yeah, one of my followers is saying that Eric Almirola should just retire completely.
It is, and when you're in the 19th position right there, you're using your mirrors, but you also have to race out in front. And so we talk about you depending on the spotter. And there probably was a moment there that he was clear. It just wasn't at that moment.
I go back to what you said off the top. The intensity of this race, the level of concentration that you have to have if you're going to finish the deal here. Caution is out. Some really good ones eliminated. It's Austin Hill leading. Restart coming inside of 10 laps to go.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ega, Milwaukee, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery or ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place for helpful hardware, folks.
We do. Consumer Selling can help people cut the cost of their cell phone bill. But ever since Brad cut the top off his car, he's obsessed with cutting all sorts of stuff to show how much people can save.
200 bunch cakes for Talladega? Is that going to be enough?
I couldn't even find the remote.
Oh, I hate that.
What? It's a situation. Hey, Brad, I got a question.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular. What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weather headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects. And for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
Not really big into committing to things. They usually stop binging the show halfway through the first episode. I mean, I remember when my hair was blonde for like 2 seconds. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years for both phone and internet, even if I'm already a customer, I was like, duh. To 3 years in the future, people would be very proud of my decision. Look at me grow. Can you hear me now? I sure hope so.
You checked the oil before?
Yes,
no, it's fine.
Yes, we checked the oil. Yes, we did. Yes. Oh yeah, Brandon Jones could have gone over.
Just incredible. What a battle. Poor Ryan Sieg did a great job in the competition. Was leading so many laps and had to take it away just by the smallest of margin.
That's heartbreaking. I've won one that way, and I've lost one that way, and it is tough to swallow.
Mayor's got a chance here today. Staying in the game. Been very quiet in the 41. Here's Kim Coon.
Yeah, we've talked at length this season about the strong friendship between Jesse Love and Connor Village, and you can often find them on each other's haulers each and every weekend in the garage. And so we wondered a couple laps ago what Jesse Love thought of Connor's moves. Well, we finally got our answer. Let's see what Jesse told his team.
Oh, Connor, he's seriously going to get right now. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think he was going to do that. I got to worry about him.
So a little frustration from Jesse Love. You heard him say he broke code. Sounds like there might be a friendly conversation between the two guys post-race.
But I would say that I love his attitude because there's no need to get mad. Because everybody's out there to win, and no one's supposed to help you. If they choose to, they can. But you have to do what's right for you, and not what's right for you. But
Yeah, I can't imagine broke code really playing a factor here because he's trying to win a race. He's trying to win Talladega.
yeah, I think he was a little bit lighthearted, right? I mean, he was just kind of laughing it off, and you can do that when you still got a shot to win. That's a great move by Connor to get to his outside, and once you get your front bumper to the past the rear bumper of that car in front, it's like a parachute comes out on the other car, and you know it's over, and you just got to try to get back in line and make the most of it.
When you get that right there and you dump a ton of air on that spoiler, if they don't have help, they're going to take a hard push backwards and accelerate you forwards.
It's been a great weekend for racing here in Central Alabama. Fans are out of the
Oh, yeah, this is what April looks like. These are just slightly tilted up to his firewall with the same edge. The only difference is it comes with a different weapon. He also comes with the transport key too. Some of those smaller things like the transport key, I put them over my upper bookshelf. And they once they put them there, I usually leave it because they don't put anywhere else. So I'm just gonna lose track of it.
Oh, you're from Oklahoma. They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
For Chris, you can protect you from becoming your parents, but we can't protect you more without opening bundle with us.
You don't have to settle for just one delicious dish at Olive Garden. Because for a limited time, buy one, take one is here, starting at just $14.99. So hurry in and enjoy a favorite like our creamy fettuccine Alfredo or our crispy chicken parmigiana today. Then take another home for tomorrow on us. That's twice the go-tos you crave and twice the time with the people you call family. Buy one, take one, starting at $14.99. Only at Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
I must really enjoy playing with toilets.
Weird. Let's explain how we got here. Clorox did an experiment measuring people's brain waves and found that petting puppies feels pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
Not surprising. But
I believe it's called the Echo Park starting restart zone. I don't think it's called Geico anymore.
And for these participants, clean felt better than getting a massage.
Anyways, with that said, I will be live tomorrow for the Geico 500 at noon Pacific.
People save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
I love how they're all just watching this. Chris Bush is just chilling in the background.
The setup is right for that here. Caution comes out, just over 10 laps to go. We'll get a restart. About 7 remaining. And some players at the front that no doubt know how to get it done. In fact, it's going to be 7 laps to go. Austin Hill, the race leader, takes the outside lane. Connor Zillich goes to his left, choosing the front row. And I say that only because we thought maybe during the break that he would go with Austin Hill to break up those two RCR.
I didn't know what position here.
You unanimously agreed.
Yeah.
It's no win.
Let's go to Carla.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Here with Eric Amarola. Obviously, some frustration from you and your team and the communication there. Kind of what happened, and take us through that.
The middle lane was just kind of fizzling out there, and I crashed myself, I guess. Yeah, I had a quick hole, I guess, and he said clear, and I moved, and I don't know, maybe I wasn't clear, but obviously wasn't clear because I crashed. So Catherine didn't do anything wrong. She was right where she needed to be, and I just turned across her nose. So hated that it took us out of the race, and just happy to have Young Life on the car and everybody here that supports them, and wish we could have had a better run for them, but
Yeah, the Catherine Legg haters, they're just as bad as the Bubba Wallace's toxic haters. They just make my eyes roll.
Let's go back, and we're doing the choose here. This is the replay.
It's almost out the window.
And Leland, how do you
Well, he tried to get to the top, and he was on the bottom, and then spun out.
All right, here we go.
remaining front row, and now the caution lights go back on the pace car. We're going to add a lap. Understand we got some debris on the back straightaway. There it is.
These are the moments in the race that everyone tries to make a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone's bare bond didn't stick it on properly. Oh well.
I would say, though, this has also got to be hard on the driver because you get so worked up, you get ready to go, and then it's ooh, I got to wait one more lap.
Yeah, and Parker, one thing that I would say is that as the laps dwindle down here, the less we have, the more I like Zilich's chances on the bottom.
Leland Honeyman's all the way in 27th. The last car in the lead left. Jesse Wuji's doing really good.
But if we can
Not
get
bad.
3 wide, I mean, that's what Zilich has to hope for.
Yep.
He's got to hope that they can make it 3 wide and stall out the 2 and the 21. And I'm going to say we watched Jeff Burton. You see the third car back to the outside. All day long, he's been aggressive. He's here to win. He's got a fast car, even though he's got a little bit of damage there. He's got a great pusher behind him, Sheldon Creed. A lot's going to happen here in the next 6 laps.
Yeah, really, if you're Zilich, Sanchez, Waffle, your goal here, Burton, is to not let the 2 and the 21 take control here in these last 2 laps. Because if they do, it's going to be incredibly hard to get back by them. We've seen when those RCR cars get up front and they can start to control the lanes, they're incredibly hard to pass.
The other thing that you think about is when do you make the move? And I only say that because once we get the white flag, the next flag ends the race. So, you know, if you're not leading, we get the white caution, that race is over. So you probably don't want to wait till the final lap if you're not in the race lead to go after it.
100%. I want to be the leader of the white flag, and no matter what position I'm in there. Because, as you said, I mean, the odds, they're pretty good that the caution will come out on that last lap. This guy starts to push and shove, and it could be even worse here because of it being such a short stint to the end. There's still going to be, 2, 3 wide, most likely. I think if you got the run, you take it. So, like we said all day, thinking out loud here. Okay, if that outside lane, I think, would be a detriment because you're counteracting your own point. I just think it could get 3 wide once you get like 5 or 6 rows back. Those guys are going to make it 3 wide. If they don't do it to the middle, they do it to the outside. That outside lane is going to lose a lot of momentum. We're not going to have to think anymore out of it. Let's just see if it happens.
And we could get another caution, right? I mean, we see that quite often.
Yeah, that's right.
6 to go, front row, Austin Hill, never won at Talladega Super Speedway, but if he does today, he would be the all-time leader when you talk about wins in the draft in the Xfinity Series. To his left,
Our TV's having issues. Damn. Yeah, everything's working fine on my end. Yeah, we've all been there.
It's going to be decision time for Connor Zilich as that top lane starts to gain some momentum down the backstretch. How does he cover? What move does he make? And you see Sanchez moves up in front of the 21. Is Austin Gill going to have the room to make it 3 wide, or can Carson walk on the bottom? You see, look at the run that they're going to have. All 3 of those junior motorsports cars hooked up on the bottom.
All right, 6 laps to go in the Xfinity race at Talladega. Here comes Nick Sanchez on the high side. Ooh, boy. Coming to 5 laps to go.
Talk about everything that's on the line. Sanchez never won in the Xfinity Series, going for Rookie of the Year, and he's out front now with 5 to go.
Oh, the bottom just crumbled. All guys went to the bottom, left Carson walk out. You see just
Jesus. Connor Zilich. Hey, that's Matt DiBenedetto, the 3rd car on the bottom.
To be up here in the top 5 with 5 laps to go. Excellent job by him. Yeah, we want to see the 88 to 7. You see they're out front. I want to get up there. I want to be able to block the 2 of Jesse Love and Austin Hill. See the momentum, a little bit of momentum in that middle lane as Connor moves up. The 21 to 2.
Wow. Didn't think I would have Matt DiBenedetto in my cards. Oh, Jesus. Burton's leading the middle. 4 to go. Matt DiBenedetto is going to give him a There might be a power outage in your area. I think that's why your TV's malfunction. Oh, don't right hook him. Carson Kvapil going to move up in front of him. 3 laps to go. Hey, we got Blaine Perkins up there. 4th car on the bottom. All right.
momentum down this backstretch. They're going to need a serious case of change of fortune here for them to get anything going because they're just continuing to fall back. As you mentioned, they're going to need race lanes and break up a little bit, something to
Ooh, Nick Sanchez going to the high.
those RCR cars have combined for 69 laps today. They won both stages.
Where's? Oh, Jesus! 4 wide.
You run one lap, so much can change. We just thought that both those RCR cars were out of it, and look at the position that they're in right now as we have another battle going.
Allgaier to the lead. 2 to go.
Carson Quapple in the one has never been to victory lane. Right behind him, Jeff Burton has won twice at Talladega. He jumps up in front of those RCR cars in the outside lane. Yeah, he got in a good position right there to get up in front of Jesse Love. He's got a little bit of a run. See what they can get as we're coming to go right here.
Jeff Burton coming up the middle. Oh, wow. 4 wide for second. Wow, looks like we're going to make it to the white flag without overtime. All right, here we go. 1 lap to go. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Jeff Burton to the lead. Oh, Sheldon Creed's coming up the middle. Oh, there we go. Oh, there, caution's out. Who came? Oh, boy. Dang. Who? Wow. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. That was a 1-car spin, but whatever. John Burton.
Unbelievable last 2 laps we saw.
Who?
I can tell you right now, we're inside the car, waiting
Who? Oh, wow. That 88 took a hard hit. Damn.
The anxiety in there for Jeff Burton, waiting to see if he's wondering, who has won this race. It's something else. Scared to keep it radio because you don't want to make sure you don't want to miss it. Yeah, exactly right. The other thought here, the hard hit for Connor Zilic as he went.
Ouch.
Saw the AMR safety team there. Golden Corral onboard camera capturing the emotion of Jeff Burton. Here's a look at the incident.
Oops.
And Connor moved down to protect the run that the 2 had. The 2 stayed on there, good pushing, and it just ended up turning the 88 around.
Boom. Yeah, that was a powerful hit.
For Connor to that inside wall.
Damn.
So time of caution, the timestamp 17:20:49. So that is the moment that NASCAR is captured. Now you have to determine who is leading at the exact time of caution. And I've never seen 2 wide. I've never seen a 3 wide parked and waiting to find out who won this race. Yeah, and we can speculate based on the angle that we saw. But as we talked about earlier, leading pit road, it's different when you get that straight on angle to see who's in the best position. And think about everything that's on the line, too. For Jeff Burton, an underdog team, you win this race, you're locked into the playoffs.
Oh, boy.
Austin Hill, you win, and you're the all-time wins leader in the Xfinity Series in the draft. And for Jesse Love, the bounce back from last week, the disappointment, thinking he won Rockingham and having it taken away from him.
There's some images that NASCAR is looking at.
21, 27, then the 2, 21, 27, then the 2, bring the 21 to the start finish line for the front review.
There's the word from NASCAR. Austin Hill is won.
What?
First time in his career at Talladega.
Are you fucking kidding me?
In the draft, he's the best all time in the Xfinity series.
I love the angles that we have of that. Of the time stand, the 3 different shots we have that NASCAR uses to determine that.
All that for Austin Hill win. No. Fuck this.
And this field tried everything to stop this from happening. It turned Austin Hill to lead this race. They shoved it to the back. They tried not working. It just looked like the 3 to go. They were somehow still finding a way.
Coming into today, he was tied with Dale Earnhardt, Tony Stewart with 8 wins in the draft. He did 9. And he's got the 2025 trifecta. Wins in Atlanta, Martinsville, and now Talladega Super Speedway. Burn it down.
And even though we have one more track that we consider drafting now, he's done it in less starts than other names that you mentioned, Adam. It's been so impressive.
See, no matter how hard people try, nothing's working.
You see it kind of go through waves of organizations, with whether it's engines or bodies or handling or just drivers. But to do it year after year, unreal. And what gets me is watching him being the system for the 3 to go and to navigate and find a way to get back to the lead, let runs play out, take runs when he has them, do it correctly. He just has a sense for how the runs generate and when to use them to cover the runs.
Saw Jed getting support from his dad, Ward Burton.
Still a great day for Jeff. Even overall, I mean, the work that he puts in, he's done a tremendous job. It's just hard to beat this guy right here at these type tracks.
Here's the other thought. When we come back here in October, enormous implications. This is a playoff race. So you check a major box today, but you also infuse confidence.
The truth is, I hate to say it, but I've never liked Austin Hill, really.
And we just got a report, Powers Hills did get out of the 88 on the back straightaway.
Kind of mixed reviews there from the crowd. Maybe not liking Austin very much as they did. Used to seeing him.
Well, that's because they don't.
That's a good sign.
Dylan Welch hanging out with Austin Hill.
Well, I know how bad he wanted to get this one at Talladega. Wins at Daytona, wins at Atlanta. This was the one that eluded him. Hey, finally, Talladega. Walk us through just the last couple of laps and how you got ultimately back to the front of the field and how you got it done.
Yeah, our vintage Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity mobile all day. Man, we really had to work for that one.
Well,
like,
overall, that was
really good.
It was a clean, like 90% of the race was clean, which I'll give that. Somehow we made it without a big one. I'm sorry, but I feel like Jeff Burton was ahead, but I'm still debating they should have kept it green. I'm sorry, but that's another take. But that was just one car. That wasn't like multiple cars. Well, tomorrow will be just as entertaining. That's all I can say.
I was pushing him as hard as I possibly could on the top. I knew he was going to have a really good run down the backstretch, and I figured he was going to go left and try to get to the bottom. And when he went left to go to the bottom, I knew I still had help out back, so I was just trying to keep my help out back. I see him spin to the inside, and I'm like looking left and like looking at the light, and I couldn't tell. I knew that it was either me or the 27. So, man, to win them, any way that you win them is always great. And to finally conquer Talladega, that's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time.
I was going to say, is that a weight that really was weighing on you, one just for personal reasons, or one that you just really wanted to win?
I mean, I just really wanted to win it. Like, I just, you know, we've won at all these other super speedways, and to finally get it done at all the different speedways we go to, the super speedways we go to, it just goes to show this 21 team can win in any of them, and we're really good at this style of racing. And I got to give a huge shout out to my spotter, Derek Nealon. Without him, I can't do half the stuff I do inside this race car. So I'm going to give it up to him today. He worked extremely hard up on top of that roof, and we're going to celebrate this one.
They were fun to listen to today for sure. The undisputed now king of super speedways in the Xfinity Series, Austin Hill. Kim.
Dylan, on the flip side of that coin, the utter disappointment and frustration.
Hoping to see the Golden Corral car win today.
Take me through that last lap, through the caution flying. What was going through your head in that moment?
Well, first I want to thank Double Zero. He helped me all day and put us in position there at the end, and I felt like that we did everything we could there.
Yeah, even Jeff Burton gets hate too for no reason.
I mean, I feel like when the caution flew, I was ahead of the 21. I don't know if we can call it or what, but last week at Rockingham, I got pretty screwed on a yellow and put me back a row, and then today lose the race because of, I'm sure, a timing line. But I don't see the 21 ahead of me at all any of this time. And right there, you can see my nose is in front of the 21. I don't know what we're looking at, but it's not in front to you.
I mean, are you asking, are you hoping NASCAR gives you a different angle?
Yeah, for sure, because that angle right there, we won the race, and that's what I saw across my right front. I think I got the best view of it compared to anybody, so they need to go look at it, because every angle I keep saying, we win the race. So just frustrated with that. Maybe they can show us a different angle here, but just appreciate my guys. They work really hard. We do a lot with a little team.
It's 60 degrees outside. 60 degrees. 60, yes.
I still look at the tire, his tire. I mean, I don't know what's so complicated there. So they need to go look at
yeah.
it. We're gonna protest.
Yeah, I need to see an overhead shot because it's hard to tell from certain angles. So at least I can give them that. At least Matt DiBenedetto got a top 10 finish. He finished 6th.
We don't have a lot of chances to win.
Anthony Alfredo, Matt DiBenedetto, Blaine Perkins, and Harrison Burton got top 10s.
That's what's frustrating.
It was a heck of an effort by you and the team.
At least, Jesse Awuji and Mason Maggio got top 10s also. Man.
I think sometimes it's really hard to appreciate when people, put the heart and soul into this and what it means to them. I gotta say, I appreciate his passion, his honesty, the emotion that goes with that. I feel for Jim.
Why is it almost every time we come to this, it's always the driver that I want to win that gets cucked out of the win almost? It seems like it happens all the time.
And to be that close, I know it hurts. Obviously, he's getting some different angles of what NASCAR used to make this determination. It's tough because out the window, the windshield, you see it differently sometimes, right? And, it's going to be it's a close call. It's really tight. And I feel for him, and I know how big it would be for him and Jordan Anderson Racing to win here. Coming into this race, he told me, he was like, I can't afford a mistake right now. They were in points coming into this race, trying to make the playoffs. He had an almost perfect day in the way he executed it. It just comes up that little bit short of getting the ultimate goal, which is the win.
But Ken references third most points today, second most points last week. That puts Jet 24 points above the cut line. So he's made some gains, even though he's not locked into the playoffs. At the end of the day, it's the man that always seems to deliver in the draft. Austin Hill reigns supreme today in Talladega.
At least we're coming.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold you back. But now, there's Skyrizi, so you can be all in with clearer skin. With Skyrizi, you can show up with dramatically clearer skin.
Well, I hope post-race inspection says otherwise, because that can be the case. Well, goes to show that it seems like no matter how hard we try, these these RCR guys somehow find a way to be up there. I give the field credit, but it is what it is. Well, there's always post-race inspection, so there's that. Yeah, Jeb Burton is right. Yep. I feel like Jeb Burton deserved that win. I don't give a crap what anyone else says. I don't care what the keyboard warriors on Twitter say. I don't care what they say. Jeb Burton deserved that win more than Austin Hill, Jesse Love. I'm sorry. And yes, I stand by what I said. Yep, never liked Austin Hill, and to be honest, I like Jesse Love more than I respect Jesse Love more than Austin Hill. Oh, so whatever. I feel like they did say that Connor Zilish got out of the car, which is a good thing, but I'm still debating if that should have been a caution. I mean, I understand you want to get to him because the driver might be in pain, but whatever.
Breastfeed also helped improve my symptoms and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that can send me to the hospital.
But despite the ending, good race overall. It was mostly clean. Take a look at the top 10 here. Anthony Alfredo, Matt DiBenedetto, Blaine Perkins, and Harrison Burton get top 10s, all right? Leland Honeyman gets a 13th, okay. And once again, Awuji Maggio get top 25th. Ryan Ellis get top. Awuji, Ellis, and Maggio get top 20 finish. And damn, that sucks for Nick Sanchez. He had a shot at the win, but he got shuffled out. Man, Zilish, 27th. Man, Jeffrey, Almirola, Catherine Legg, especially Catherine Legg. She was doing a good job prior to that wreck. And then here's all the others that had unfortunate circumstances. Damn, what a shame. So I don't know what else more to say. You know what, I'm just gonna end the stream here. Hope y'all enjoyed today's race. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Jack Links 500, and we'll see and we'll go from there. So yep, see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching. This has been Chase Fan number 9. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
So now NASCAR has to determine who is leading at that time, and these are the camera angles that they were working on.
Right, it's not timing scoring loops. It's legitimately cameras trying to figure out exactly the cars were. I think if you look to the right side of your screen, this angle down to turn 3, this sort of shows you, if you look across the 21's nose and then down towards the 27, to me, that's the most definitive proof of the 21 being ahead of the 27. If you almost drew it, this is making it larger. If you literally drew a line from the nose of the 21 down, you would see he's ahead of the 27 and 2.
It's extremely close. And I'm with you. Like this is the best perspective, and it's a tough position for NASCAR. But personally, it looks to me like the 21 is ahead right there. I know that Chad, like it was just hard not to feel like his emotion in that moment. But from his perspective, when that light comes on, so the momentum, like it doesn't take much to be different inside the car. And clearly, he's hoping that
yes, he's obviously biased, of course. And I will tell you that when I saw the caution come out, I was looking out the window of our commentary booth here, and I saw the 27 ahead at kind of that moment, thinking, okay, where's that time of caution going to be? But he had so much momentum at that time that he did get ahead of the 21 as they got further into turn 3, but unfortunately, caution already out.
And let's keep this in mind, too. When you're inside a race car, that is happening so fast.
Exactly.
And in your heart, you guys know it, you drove, I didn't, but in your heart, You just want to believe that you
No,
won the race. And I think the
I
frustration.
still prefer an overhead shot from like the Goodyear blimp angle. Oh well. All right. Sorry to keep you dragging. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Bye.
But we saw that massive hit by Zilich, and so in